sir. God, I wish I hadn't.
Well, my dears, it's finally gotten to my time of year. This is Zachary here.
You there?
Yes. No.
Mystery Guest, are you Jackie the Joke Man Martling?
No. Hey, wait a minute. That's not the way the game is played.
Hey.
Mystery Guest
is entering.
Oh, he's entering now. Okay, I thought he was there.
No smell.
I thought you had guessed already.
Mystery Guest, are you there?
Yes.
All right, now Mystery Guest,
Disguising their voice.
disguise your voice.
I'm trying.
All right, now actually,
What?
Jackie thinks he knows already.
No, heavy smell. Just
What? A perfume?
Yeah.
Let me smell.
Sweet?
My little angel cup.
Is it a woman?
Good guess.
My little sweetness. My little petunia.
Whoa, man.
All
can
right,
hardly
now
wait to
let's
see
start
you.
playing the game.
I bet you're a sexy devil, aren't you?
Well, it depends.
All right, now Robin, can I start?
Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to start this time, and then we'll go to Robin, and then Fred, and then Jackie. Sorry,
Jackie's
Jackie.
the worst player.
Jackie's the worst player. He goes last. He's like Bo Bridges on Jeopardy. All right, let's think now. I'll start out easy. You are a woman, are you not?
Yes.
That's a yes answer. I can continue.
Yes.
You are you in the field of music?
Oh, yes.
Well, are you in the field of? Would I see your videos on MTV?
Maybe.
Is that a yes or a no, Gary?
I think I can say it's a yes, but you're more likely to see them on VH1.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Okay, that would be a yes. Wow, Robin, I'm on a roll.
Yeah, so far, this is the first time you've gone 3 questions in a row.
Well, let's see. I know you're not Patty Smythe because she was just in here.
Yeah, we know her. She
we
would
know
be
her,
Mystery
and
Guest.
quite frankly, she shouldn't be Mystery Guest.
Who's on VH1? A lot? Is she on a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Let me think about it. Hey, it's my turn.
Pianist.
Come on, I'm rolling good. Are you white?
Yes.
That narrows it down. Are you Mariah Carey? No. All right, that is a no answer. Okay, Robin, you go.
Okay, let's see. We know she's a female singer on VH1.
I bet you got a nice body.
Did you just put out a new album?
Kind of.
Kind
What
of.
does that mean, Gary?
That sounds like a best of compilation.
Ooh.
Is that true? Is it best of?
Mm-hmm.
A best of.
Bet you it's Linda Ronstadt or something.
Calm down. It's my turn.
So, don't guess Linda Ronstadt. I'm going to guess.
Oh, I'm going to say Linda Ronstadt. But wait a minute. Just put out a best of.
Best of.
Who could that be? I don't have a guess.
Ask her if she has a group.
My only guess is
Are
Chicago.
you a solo artist?
Yes and no.
Oh, dear.
She
I
has-
can't take this anymore.
I know who it is.
Wait a minute.
I know who it is. Let me guess.
Calm down. No.
do I.
Wait a
I know who it
minute.
is.
Stop it. It's not your turn. It goes to Fred next.
No, let me go. Come on, Robin.
No.
Let me say who it is.
Wait,
I think I know who
come
it is.
on.
Stop it. I can't even.
I know who it
think.
is. I already know who you are.
Let us play, Howard.
He
I'm
peeked.
playing.
He peeked.
No, I didn't peek. I know exactly who it is. But go ahead, Robin. Go ahead.
I
Come
don't
on.
even remember where I am now. Wait a minute.
You're at the
So
show, the same place you are every morning.
Jesus.
Wait a minute.
Part of a
Pat-
group, yes and no.
Part of a
Yes and
group,
no. That's
yes
the whole
and
answer.
no.
She gave it away by saying that, Robin.
Part of a group, yes and no. That's the answer.
It's so easy now. It's so obvious. And yet it's subtly difficult.
Wait a minute. Part of a group, yes and no, is the thing that told you who she is.
Come on.
Yep.
Howard.
All right, I'm
All
gonna
right,
say
it's
who it is.
Fred's turn. I can't.
Fred, go ahead.
You've been in the business. Thing.
Fred just bonked himself with the microphone.
Can you
Because
guys
he's
go
wearing
on?
a
I think I
blindfold.
gouged my eye out.
Do you want to make a guess? Do you want to skip your turn?
You want to know? Have you been in the business for more than 20 years?
No.
Okay, then I'm.
All right, then Jackie, it's your turn.
Oh, man, I don't know.
All right,
Go
pass to
ahead.
me.
Go, no,
Wait, I get
Jackie
this.
says he knows.
Are you Rosie O'Donnell?
Oh,
No.
All right,
please.
and now it's my turn.
What an idiot.
I
he
don't
is.
know
Are
any
you-
singers.
Rosie O'Donnell.
I'm kidding.
Are you Gloria Estefan?
Yeah.
I know
I
it.
swear.
I knew it. I knew it.
I swear I knew
Wow.
it, too.
Hey, how do we get you on this show?
How did you
Oh,
get
bribery.
that from group and single?
Pardon me?
You know how I'm
swear I knew
Well,
it, too.
because she used to be with the Miami
Yeah,
Sound
but
Machine.
so a lot of people were with a group and then went
No, but I'm
solo.
still with them.
You're a
when-
hot
when
little
I go
minx.
on tour.
Let me soak you in. Let me just take a good look at you, all right?
Wait a minute, get out the metal detector, Howard.
That's right. Hey, how you feeling with your back? Now, let me ask you something. I got some back problems,
You
but
do.
you have to have major back problems from going through your accident and everything.
Well, not anymore.
You mean that doesn't hurt you at all?
Well, maybe when it's humid a little, you know. They took a bone graft from my hip. That hurts more than the operation itself.
Really?
Yeah.
And you don't,
Wow.
and even during sex, it doesn't hurt?
Well, it depends on depends on if I'm going backwards or forwards.
I know. No, I'm seriously. You don't wake up in the morning because you know what? I got a regular back
You
without
don't have
any
any
rods
metal
in
in
it,
your back.
and I have tons of problems with my
But
back.
they didn't fix it. That's why you got problems with your back.
Maybe I should put a rod in my back.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That would help.
But I mean, going through that and everything was painful. But you're telling me like you wake up in the morning and your back feels fine.
Well, I stretch a lot. Yeah, I do have to stretch. Sometimes, once in a while, I guess I'm used to it, right? So I don't sit. If I sit in a hardback chair, I can feel the screws in there.
I saw
Really?
one of those specials where you were working out and stuff, you getting your body in shape.
Right,
You
I
did a
remember
nice
she was
job.
Oh,
coming
thank
back.
you very
'Cause
much.
I was looking at pictures of you when you were in high school. You were kind of chubby and stuff.
Yeah, I was.
And guys were like really when you were in high school, like guys didn't really look at you because you were kind of heavy.
And also because there were no guys in my school. I went to an all-girl high school.
And then when you met your husband Emilio,
You know so much.
oh yeah, I know all this.
Oh, my
Well,
God.
I want to ask, are you pregnant yet?
No.
Well, you
Not
trying to
yet.
get pregnant?
Not yet. No, well, not yet. I'm not trying. I know when I try, I will, so
What, do you,
I'm waiting for that.
what do you mean? What do you mean? You're waiting?
She's going to have a baby.
What do
Yeah.
you mean she's going to have a baby?
Well, I'm not yet.
You're going to
because I'm
try
not
to have a baby.
pregnant yet.
You have a
Yes.
kid, right?
I have a son, yeah. He's 12 already.
Well, that's good
Pretty
spacing.
soon he could be a father if I
Good
wait.
space.
Good space, good family planning.
Yes, yes.
So, hey, who's that with you? Hey, how you doing there?
Hey, baby.
What's your story?
Laura Curtin from Epic.
Oh, you're not Spanish?
No.
I thought Gloria only employs Spanish people.
No, I'm an equal opportunity
Are you
employer.
really?
I got different people in there.
I saw your special, you know, the
The hurricane relief?
hurricane relief.
You saw a very condensed version because the show was like from 6 in the evening to 3 in the morning.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. You should have wore a short skirt on that.
I
What-
did
what-
at the end.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Because I was like, I was watching it, and I go, hey, Gloria will probably wear
At
different
the end,
outfits.
not only did I wear a short skirt, but you could see right through the dress, so you missed it. Yeah.
Because like, I'm watching, I'm going, this is a really conservative outfit, and I like to watch her for the outfit. I mean, that's basically, I mean, I'm not a real music lover. I like more to watch outfits,
I
okay?
see that.
He's a
Yeah, I've
fashion
seen some of
kind
your
of guy.
outfits. I know that.
It was actually, it was a good show. I mean, I thought the Bee Gees were real good.
They were.
They really
tore
were.
the place apart. It was great.
And so then when you came out with that sort of longish
It was a
dress,
shawl. You
Yeah,
see,
a
it
shawl.
opened up once in a while. But,
don't hide that body of yours.
well, I didn't hide it. I think I was just saving it for later.
Oh, I see. Because then I tuned out because I go, oh, she's wearing a shawl. And then I waited for the second song, and she was still wearing a shawl.
Yeah.
And I just said, I think the shawl's thing. You know, I figured like in the middle of like
think
a.
this is it, huh?
Oh, I thought in the middle of like a mambo or something, you would like throw off that dress, and then we see you like in hot pants or
Well,
something.
at the end, at the conga, I was wearing a real short skirt and see-through.
Let me tell you something. You threw a hurricane relief concert, but let me tell you something. You think you got homeless in Florida now. You should see what's doing here in New York. I don't know what hurricane hit New York.
When are you going to do a concert for us?
Yeah, we need a concert
Well-
because we can't even feel bad for Florida because we have so many homeless in New
Yeah,
York.
I know. I've seen it.
That's Fred over there is
And it
homeless.
gets cold here, so
That's
oh,
right.
you're homeless too.
Fred is homeless. We let him
so
live
why
here.
don't you just? Oh, good. That's what I was going to say. You should live here.
We've never seen his home.
You can live here. Or you could move in with Howard. Maybe.
Hey, Gloria's a big star to come on this show.
Right, what are you doing here?
How'd we get you to? How do we
You
convince
mean-
you?
Well,
Nobody does this show.
What do you mean nobody does this show?
Oh, Alec Baldwin did it yesterday.
That's true, but
Yeah.
never in person. You should have been on the phone.
Yeah, that's right. Never come here live. Always come in. Just do it over the phone.
Oh, really? This is coming from you? I was going to tell Epic that.
No. Epic Records made the right move because we have the most Gloria Estefan fans in our audience. We did research, actually.
Did you now?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, really?
Now, wait a second. We'll get to your new album here.
All right.
But, cute picture.
Thanks. Yeah. That's actually got 10 of the old hits, but it's got 4 new songs on it.
So your husband was pretty smart, you know, because like when he married you, you were chubby and stuff, right?
Yeah, he says he got a good deal. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, you know that he married you for love.
Yes,
Because
yes.
when a guy marries a chubby woman,
Well, I wasn't chubby when we got married, I must say.
you look like this. When you
No,
got
no,
married?
I did not look like this either. But I was thin by then. I had already,
Because hell, I'll marry you looking like this.
Well, thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
There's a proposal. I'll
Aren't
give
you
you a
married
baby.
already?
No, my wife died last night.
Oh, you.
Really? No, she did.
No.
She's been ill for a very long time.
Oh, really?
Yes, she really is.
Knocked
And-
her off, huh?
Yes, she told me to marry you if you could be
Is
an
that
excellent
right?
mother.
Her last words were.
Yes,
That was very nice of her.
Yeah, you can take care of my kids. You won't have to get pregnant again. Mess up that beautiful body of yours. Ever fantasize about me?
Well, I have on occasion, yes.
Really? Is that true? Where did you? Have you ever seen me before?
Of
or-
course I've seen you. I watch your show all the time.
You watch the
Really?
TV show?
Of course I do.
Really?
See all of you, yeah.
And you
I do.
found me attractive?
Yeah, especially in that outfit that you wore on MTV.
Oh yeah. I wonder what Emilio's ass looks like, though. I wonder if it's better
Well,
than
it
mine.
doesn't
Emilio,
compare to
I must
yours.
say, Emilio's been working out hard.
Has he? I
I've got,
see.
I've got an exercise that you could actually do while you're sitting in your seat.
Squeezing the buttocks, right?
Yeah, you put a quarter in there.
Yeah.
And you just,
And the crack of your butt?
yeah.
And you don't let
And
it
you
fall.
squeeze it repeatedly.
Oh, is that right?
While you're sitting there.
Oh, really? And that would help my buttocks.
I think it would.
Really, I need to do
Not
that.
to mention it'd be fun for you.
Look at how much money you're going to lose.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, I know.
Of course, you have to be able to find the quarter afterwards. Anyway.
Then you throw away the quarter.
Well, I don't know. Some of your fans might really enjoy that.
Yeah, what are we going to do with that quarter? Do you actually do that with a quarter? Do you actually put a quarter in your...
I pretend I have a quarter there.
And you squeeze the buttocks
You
together.
squeeze
And that keeps it nice and
repeatedly.
tight. Is your
Well,
buttocks-
that and a million other exercises you do for it. Gravity is not a friend.
Do you ever wear
to women.
thong bathing suits on the beach?
Not bathing suits, but underwear. Yeah,
You
that's
wear
all I
thong
wear.
panties.
Mhm.
That's all you wear.
Yeah, they're comfortable.
Wow, isn't that great, Robin? She wears thong panties all
Only.
the time.
Only.
Only, exclusively.
You have to get used to those. Let me tell you. Though.
I was going to say,
at the
'cause don't-
beginning.
you said they're comfortable. I've never, that's uncomfortable.
Well, you
I
know,
would love to smell your panties after they spent the day. I'm telling you that.
Oh my God! I'll send you a pair.
I'd like
Actually,
to-
on the road, they used to steal them from my dressing
Yeah.
room. And
Is
I
that
had a
right?
security guard there, so I kind of figured that maybe he was having a side
A
business
side
there.
business, yeah.
I'd like to come back in my next life as the string in your panties.
Oh my!
Yeah.
My goodness.
Oh,
Why
my
not? That's a very
God.
sensual thing to say.
Oh, Lord.
No, I find you very attractive.
Well, thank you very much. It's very sweet of you.
And so when you met Emilio, you were how old?
I was 17.
Virgin when you met him?
Yes.
You were a virgin
He's
when you
the
met him?
only man you've
The
ever
only
had.
man I've
Wow.
ever. The only one.
You only had sex with Emilio?
Only Emilio.
Now, wait a second. Be honest with me.
I am being honest with you.
Don't you ever think about what it'd be like to be with another guy? I mean, now that you've become very, very famous, you're an international star, you must meet a lot of good-looking guys in your work, a lot of good-looking musicians, even a couple of guys...
Actors.
Actors.
Yeah.
Who are some,
Models.
Who are some of your famous friends? You've got a list. You have a cadre of celebrity
I've
friends.
met quite a few, but to tell you the truth, I have to be honest. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
I am very happy. I'm spoiled, actually. Emilio
Really?
has spoiled me rotten. Yeah.
How do you know he's so good in the sack, though?
Because you know those things. You don't. I mean, that's.
You don't know. You've never been with anyone else.
But it doesn't matter. It's good enough for me.
Really?
Oh,
And he
yeah.
satisfies you fully.
He does. He certainly does. Yeah.
And on your wedding night, you were how old?
I was. It was the day after I was 21.
After you were 21.
Yeah.
And the whole time you dated, you did not make love to Emilio?
I wonder if my mother's listening to
No,
this.
she's not listening. Where is your mother?
She's in Miami, but you never
No,
know. She has
can't be listening
spies
to that.
everywhere.
No, please.
Spies everywhere. No.
And
no.
you never dream of sex with other men?
No, I can't say that I do.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I
I'm
accept
telling
that.
you, this man is. I mean, he's great.
You never say to yourself every once in a while, gee, I would really like to meet another... I mean, just to have...
I
just for
meet
him to
lots
say,
of people.
I love my husband. I'm not saying... Hey, listen, I love my wife. I'm a married man. I have
Yeah.
a baby on the way. 3 kids on the way.
Really? You have a baby on the way?
I have 2 daughters, and I have another daughter on the way.
Oh.
And I love that woman.
You cannot say that you don't think
Yeah.
of other women.
Oh, I see. I'm thinking about Gloria right now. What the hell she'd be like in the sack? Let me tell you something.
Well, I ain't going to tell you.
With that metal rod, you would feel some pain with me.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. That thing would heat up. I'm thinking of putting
my
screws in my ass to tighten it up, actually. I'm sure famous men have hit on you. I'm sure that some famous...
You know what? Not that many people hit on me.
Really?
Is
I
Emilio
think-
always around?
Yeah, he's like Joe Piscopo.
No, actually, I was on tour for 16 months with that Emilio, who's back and forth, every weekend. But
Yeah.
no, the guys in my band are great. They, they know where they stand. But men, I think that men really get intimidated by women that are, have any kind of fame or something. I don't think they like to be rejected.
All right,
so.
here's what I'm going to do, Gloria. When we come back, we're going to discuss your new album, Always Tomorrow. We're going to listen to some of the tracks. We'll discuss
We
that.
are? Oh, my God.
I have to take a short break.
Okay.
I know I have you for another 10 minutes. Probably have a very heavy schedule.
Yeah, we do.
Where are you going next?
I don't know. Where are we going next? We're going around.
Oh, you going to those lamos? You know they have a 3 rating? You know nobody listens to them? I guess you just got to go there for political reasons. All right, I can dig
Yeah,
that.
I'll get in trouble for now.
You got to talk to that idiot Ross Britton. Hey, do me a favor. When you go over there, ask that imbecile what it's like to go on stations and lose the entire audience every time he goes on somewhere. You must ask him this for me. I've got to know.
Okay. I'll report back.
I got 2 guys there. I never seen 2 guys. Ross and this other guy, Gary. Wherever they go, they lose the entire audience. I've never seen anything. And be careful when you're in the studio with Ross. He sweats like a pig.
Oh, really?
Oh, big, smelly, sweaty pig. You don't want to be too close to him. He's really stinky.
I'm sure he's listening now, so.
What kind of perfume is that? I dig it.
It's Cartier.
Wearing a bra?
Am I wearing bra? Of course I'm wearing
You
bra.
are?
Yeah, sure I am.
All right, when we get back, let's get to back to your wedding day.
Okay.
I want to know how many times a week you have sex.
Do I have to answer these
Yeah, oh, yeah.
questions? All right. Let me get ready.
And then
We're talking a week or a day here?
a week.
Oh, okay.
You think about that.
All right.
I want to learn about your wedding night. I want
All
to
right.
I want to learn about who your friends are, who you hang with, celebrity friends, of course.
Oh, well, I
Who are
don't
you
know.
friends with, like Cher or somebody?
No, actually, I don't have many celebrity friends.
You have a few, though.
Well, I
you
lead
live
kind of
in
an
Miami,
isolated
right?
life. Yeah, Miami. But I had dinner with Rosie O'Donnell the other night in L.A.
Oh.
She came down to the Hurricane Relief concert. She
That's
was
your
really
best
nice.
friend?
No, I met her there, and then we had dinner there. I don't have many celebrity friends. I really don't. I know Julio, but we don't hang. He's always
Julio
traveling around.
Iglesias?
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Julio.
I can't imagine being in a room with him.
Well, he
Oh,
lent me
man.
his plane to come back from New York. He was great about
How can you
that.
hang around with him?
I don't hang around. I don't hang around with anybody.
You're too
really.
young to hang with Julio Iglesias. God's sake.
I told you I don't hang around with anybody.
I see. And then I
You
want to
come
find
to
out what-
Miami, I'll hang around with you for a little while.
My cousin lives in Miami. He's got a health food store there.
Really, where?
What's the name of my cousin's health food store, Robin?
How would I know, Howard?
In Miami.
Natural Eats, maybe, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
Does
kidding.
it have a restaurant attached to it?
Yeah.
Well, my cousin Julie's Cuban, and she cooks everything because they got a lot of Cubans
You
in
have a
there.
Cuban cousin?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, she's from
Where'd
Cuba.
she come from?
From Cuba.
Yeah, but how'd she end up being your cousin?
Marriage.
Marriage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's Cuban.
All right, good. I
And
like that.
she lives down there.
So she cooks.
Yeah, she cooks in the restaurant and stuff.
Uh-huh,
And my
but
cousin
you don't know
Richie,
the name of
and he
it?
just stands there and plays the saxophone.
A Cuban that cooks natural food?
Yeah.
That's hard to find.
Very unusual.
Yeah, it is.
All right, listen, just sit tight. Let me get through these commercials. Then I'll ask you a bunch of sex stuff, and then I'll plug the album a couple of times. Always tomorrow, Gloria Estefan. All royalties received by Ms. Estefan from the sales of this single will benefit the South Florida victims of Hurricane Andrew. We got to get somebody to throw a benefit for all our homeless.
Yeah, nobody's giving them anything.
And
Well,
I'm
they
not
can
sure.
come down and move to Miami. It's warmer there. That way they don't have to put
I
up
say
with
that's the
weather
best
thing.
place for
Yeah,
homeless.
it is, really.
Well,
least you have warm
then
weather.
Maybe we can collect money for the buses.
Right.
Just
I
send
can
them
get
there.
that together.
We'll be right back with Gloria Estefan right after these words.
Hi, everybody. This is Pete Fornachal, and I've been playing rock and roll on New York radio for over 23 years now, and I can tell you without a doubt, you'll hear the best variety of your favorite classic rock and more guaranteed 20-song music marathons on WXRK New York 92.3 K-Rock. I'll see you today right after Howard with the K-Rock Cafe, Go Figure, and a midday music marathon exclusively on the classic rock station 92.3 K-Rock.
People are always talking about how far daytime soaps go these days. Just wait till they see the newest in nighttime soaps on the next Entertainment Tonight. It's the sexiest soap in the world, and it's coming to American TVs next month. And what others hint at, this soap shows in vivid detail. Producers say it delivers what other soaps promised but could never produce. Catch an exclusive sneak peek at the soap that will shock America. Only on the next Entertainment Tonight.
Tonight at 7:30, only on Channel 2. Next time you check into a hotel.
To order, call 1-800-543-5700. That's 1-800-543-5700.
What, are we back? What am I doing?
Iowa.
Ever hear of Iowa, Gloria?
Iowa, the state?
No. Iowa, the, you know, like, you probably have some good gear. You know,
Iowa,
some-
Iowa, yes.
You know, Iowa.
Yeah.
That's
I
good
thought it was
sound system.
Iowa. I don't know. I never always mispronounce stuff.
I don't know how to really say. It might be Iowa.
No.
I don't know.
Is
It's
it?
Iowa.
It's Iowa.
Iowa.
You're probably right. I mean, I never heard anyone say it. I just read it on the thing.
Did you ever hear of mini components?
No.
You never heard of mini components? Mini components. That's right. Mini components are mini components. You say mini components.
Mini components.
There you go. That's it.
It's like backup singers.
I like that.
So that mini components thing is, those are those, you ever see those little systems that have the, they look about the size of a small
Oh,
microwave oven?
yeah. We have. Actually, my son has one of those.
Yeah, and that's a mini system.
Yeah, I like that.
That's right. So, Gloria's looking at these guys like, what do you mean mini system?
Mini system.
All right. 350 Mini Max is made by Iowa. This thing has a CD changer on it. I bet you your son's, I don't know who made your son's equipment, but this 3 CD changer, you can change 2 of the CDs while one of them is playing.
Oh,
Isn't that great?
that's great.
And this sound, you can crank this thing all the way up, and there's no distortion.
Fantastic.
I love the Iowa 350 Mini Max. Thank you. Thank you, Iowa.
Mini Max.
All right, we're here with Gloria Estefan. Oh, big star, huh, Robin?
Yes, very big.
Gloria.
And why do they keep Robin caged up like that back there?
I'm in prison.
I fart a lot.
Oh, well, that explains.
Girls don't like that kind of stuff.
I'm used to it, believe me. Every time they serve beans on the road in catering, I would
Really?
tell the band, please be good to me.
They blast away in front of you?
Oh, my God. Oh.
Classy
It was
lady
horrendous.
like yourself?
It was horrendous. And then the guy because we had this guy that was filming the whole thing because we had projection. And in the front, there's all the fans, blowing air. So when it gets hot, and he'd be in the pit there, and oh, my God, some of those nights was just, he sounded
There you
just
go.
like that, too.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was bad.
Do they ever light their farts on the bus?
No, they...
That would be dangerous.
Yeah, it would be,
right.
it would be.
That's
because
true.
I do know someone that did that once, and the thing went up the other way.
Really?
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
It was-
really?
It was a very painful
Serves
thing.
him right.
I had that problem
him right.
myself. I don't even want to talk about it. Happened to me in summer camp. So anyway, let's get back to it, Gloria. You fascinate me.
Oh, my God.
You really do.
I'm so lucky.
You're beautiful.
What did you two talk about during the commercials?
We talked about the fact that Gloria opposes the FCC censorship. And can't believe that she lives in a country...
I must have narcolepsy. I missed that one.
She can't believe she lives in a country where Howard Stern would be targeted by the federal government and
Well, that's
slapped
very good.
with a $105,000 fine.
Really?
You didn't hear about this?
You have to pay for this personally out of your
No.
own pocket?
Oh God, are you kidding? I wouldn't even be here. I'd be crippled in a
He'd
corner.
be in the hospital.
No, but I'm going to ask you to do a relief concert for me,
Oh, really?
if that was the case. But no, the government is censoring. We actually talked about... what did we talk? I talked to her about Butt Bongo Fiesta, my new videotape.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I told her about the 3D. She asked me about the TV show. She couldn't believe the show where I had the two sisters oiling each other.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was something else.
Did that turn you on?
I had to turn it off, actually, because I was embarrassed. I'm going, I wonder if their mother's watching this.
You didn't get turned on by that at all?
I was too embarrassed to get turned on at that moment.
Never get turned on by another woman?
Oh, my God!
Never think about that?
No, don't think about it at all.
Like
Never.
saying you
Only
were-
Emilio. Emilio only. He's the only thing I ever think
And
about
Emilio
ever
ne-
in my entire life.
And he never says, hey, Gloria, wouldn't it be fun to bring some one of these backup singers into the bed with us?
I don't think so. Have you
don't
seen
think
my
that would
backup
happen?
singers?
You don't think that would happen? Huh? He keeps some ugly backup singers just in case?
No, actually, John Cicada was one of my backup singers. He's a big star now.
Oh, I see. You have guys. That's a smart move.
Yeah.
And so let's get back to your bedroom.
Oh.
So you and Emilio are married at a young age.
Well, yeah,
And
I was
Emilio-
younger
How old
than
was
him.
he?
How old was Emilio when he
He
married?
was, let's see, I was 21, he was 25, but Emilio was very mature. When I met him, he was 22, and his girlfriend was 36.
So he was
yeah,
very experienced.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So when he took you on as a wife, you're saying that
He'd had it all, I guess.
he
yeah.
knew what to do. And it didn't bother you that you hadn't experienced anything else in life?
No, because, I really didn't think about it that way. It just happened. Fell in love with him, and that was it.
You keep licking that straw and wrapping your tongue around
I have
it.
an oral fixation.
I'm going to jump over there. I'll do something. Rod in your back or no rod in your back?
Put this down.
I'll take advantage of you. Well, you're getting a little embarrassed, aren't you? You're getting a little turned on, aren't you? I'm sexy with the way I talk,
Yes,
aren't I?
you are. You're very sexy. You're very good looking.
Really?
Yeah, you are. Yeah. You got those beautiful blue eyes. Blue or green? What are they?
Wait a second. Those are blue, aren't they?
Yeah.
You
I
find
think so.
me
I can't see
handsome.
that. I think you're very. I think you look much better in person, even.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
See, I didn't know you were coming in because you were a mystery guest, but I would have fixed myself up a lot more had I known that you were coming.
Now, what would you do? I put curl. Is that your natural curl?
Yes,
or?
natural curl.
Yeah, me too.
Oh. Well, now I have a rod in my pants like you have in your back. I got to be honest with you.
Is it 8 inches? Because that's how big the rods in my back are.
Really? 8
Two of them,
inches?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
And
too
screws. I
bad.
have screws in there too.
Screws and rods.
And bolts and things.
Now, how soon after the operation could you get back to having sex?
Oh, it took a while. Yeah. It
Were you
was,
afraid to get back into sexual
Well,
activity?
I didn't feel too attractive, I kind of felt like a roast Christmas pig. I thought they'd stuff me while I was in there. Actually, I asked them if they'd put a couple extra vertebrae in, make me taller, but they said
And
that
you're
wouldn't work.
you're an exercise fanatic, so you must have been freaking out because you said, "Hey, wait a second, I'm going to get fat. I'm going to get." Didn't that start going through your mind?
Well, I didn't think about getting fat because I really had no appetite, but I just couldn't walk. That was the main,
Right.
the main problem right there. I could not walk.
Right.
Yeah. It was tough. It was tough to think. I couldn't dress myself. I had to be bathed. They couldn't leave me
Who
alone.
bathed you? I'm curious.
Well, I had a nurse. That was tough.
A
for
female
me.
nurse?
Yeah, a female nurse bathed me for 2 weeks here while I was in the hospital in the bed.
So you would be totally nude in front of the female nurse.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
And were you embarrassed by that?
I was at the beginning.
Because
but
you're
then
a
we
famous
became
celebrity.
Very close.
But you're a famous star, and you say to yourself, "Oh man, they're going to be talking about me. She's going
Yeah,
to write a book or something, and all this kind of thing."
Well, that goes through your mind when you're
She's
laying
gonna write
there
with her-
helpless.
She would say, Gloria Estefan shaves a heart-shaped pubic hair or something like that. I mean, she knew all
I tried to get her to do that for me, but no, she wouldn't.
She wouldn't do that.
No, she was great. And I took her home with me. She spent like a month at home helping me out. But then Emilio, once I could take a shower, Emilio was the one that bathed me.
Emilio bathed?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, man, I would have bathed you. You should have called me. I could have been your
Howard
little
would have
nurse.
been your nurse.
I can see that, yeah.
I would have bathed you, put you in a beautiful trousseau. Right,
Put me
Robin?
in my brace.
Put you in your brace and everything.
Yeah, you don't feel too sexy.
What,
at
I'm running
that
out of
point.
time already? Well, excuse me, yes?
Gloria's people want to get her out. I can't figure out if she has to be at the next place or if they just want her out.
Oh, I see. Gloria's loose.
No.
You're having a good time, right?
Of course I am. Sure I am.
Let me
No, I
ask you
think
one
it's
last
time,
question.
actually.
Does your husband ever put refrigerator magnets on your back or something like that? That's a goof, like saying, "Oh, you've got rods in your back, honey," like trying to make jokes about it to cheer up your
Well,
spirit?
he actually did buy a giant magnet so he sit me down in one place. But you know what? I'm non-magnetic because I'm made of titanium, so I'm non-magnetic.
Let me tell you something. You're a very lovely woman. You're a
Thank
very
you so
sensuous
much.
woman. You're
Oh,
very
thank you.
full-bodied, if I may say.
You may say.
I must say I find it quite intriguing that you've only made love to one man your entire life. I find that somewhat stimulating.
Oh, do you?
I really do.
Something else you haven't had.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God knows my wife didn't save herself. You should see the losers. You should see the losers my wife had.
I wasn't really saving myself. It just happened that way. You know, it just happened to.
But Howard never had a virgin.
No.
Is that right?
No,
Really?
I was always with sluts.
Oh, geez.
Women who just had to go with
Sluts.
any guy. I always went with.
you.
I'm telling you something. I never got. I never got a Gloria Estefan.
Why do they have to be sluts?
All I know is, and my wife. You should see the laundry list of guys that she was with. She was really with a lot of guys. Guys.
Well, but that makes you feel good because you know she really loves you for you, right?
One guy used to lock himself in his house. He was one of those guys like an agoraphobic. Wouldn't come out of the house. She was with him.
Oh my!
Imagine that.
Well, that
How
must have
they
been nice
met,
for
I
her.
don't know.
And you should have seen the
Stuck in
loser.
there.
You should have seen the loser she dated before I married her. I bet you Emilio probably had my wife. Everybody.
Oh,
had
my
wife.
God.
I mean, it makes me terrible. He was so experienced. He
Well,
never
he was
mentioned-
up in this area quite a bit. I don't know. Maybe
He never
was-
mentioned my wife, did he?
I don't think so, but he
I
doesn't
see.
mention too many of them anyway.
Anyway, the record is called. Wait, I didn't
It's
even get to
called,
play any of the record.
No, it's all right. The record's called Greatest Hits. or Stefan's Greatest Hits.
But Always Tomorrow.
Always Tomorrow's the first single. Yeah, that's the one that's going to go to Hurricane Relief.
All right, I will play it. Always Tomorrow is about Emilio, isn't it?
Well, not really.
Oh, it's not. What is that about? A hurricane?
No, it's not about the hurricane.
What was
It's
that
just
about?
I wrote it for the movie Hero, but it didn't get on the movie, so I saved it for a special occasion. And then when the hurricane came, I thought, well, this is a good song.
What do you think Always Tomorrow means, Robin?
Well,
There's always
just
tomorrow.
There's always tomorrow. Don't think about today. So
Which would be
today's
good for
bad.
you going
mean-
through that
Always
FCC
tomorrow.
problem. Think about it. There's always tomorrow.
You mean it's not any deeper than that?
No.
You're
That's
kidding me.
pretty deep.
No.
It's just that there's always tomorrow.
There's
it's
always
exactly
tomorrow.
what it says it
Yeah,
is.
there's always tomorrow.
Okay, I can certainly agree with that. So anyway, Gloria Estefan, by the way, did the smart move and dumped the Miami Sound Machine for the most part. Let's be
I did
honest.
not dump it.
Well, it was smart. Listen, it's a business move. You had to do it. You had to do it.
Actually, Miami Sound Machine is Emilio, so.
You were the listen. You were the one.
That makes no
it
difference.
was smart because look, you had to get your name out. First, originally, when you came out, it was called Miami Sound
That's
Machine,
right.
if you remember.
Then they added
And you
my
said,
name.
wait a second, I'm doing the singing here. I'm getting all the attention. What do I need to be called the Miami Sound Machine? I need to be called Gloria Estefan.
That's right.
And Miami, because who would know your name? Otherwise, they won't call you Miami Sound
Yeah, I
Machine.
mean, I was going to do this duet with Placido Domingo, and they couldn't call it like Placido and the girl from Miami Sound Machine,
You
which
did
is
the-
what I was known as at the time.
You did the smart thing. Let me tell you something. Sometimes you got to do that kind of thing, Robin.
You
It's
gotta
painful.
step out.
You got to step out and do your
Jump
thing.
out there. And
Nobody. I would have liked to have
Be
been in the
yourself.
room when she went to Emilio. Emilio, let me ask you something. Would you mind if we call it Gloria Estefan and Miami Sound
You
Machine?
want to know something? You want to know something?
Yeah.
He was the one that told me, and I didn't want to do it. So
Really?
See? So you were wrong there. See?
See, that he's a good man. You don't know about a good man.
He's a good
I know.
businessman. He's a good businessman.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, listen. That's true. You are multimillionaires. Is that true?
Yeah, that's why he keeps saying he got a good deal. He goes, yeah, when I met you, you were chubby, you were poor, you know. Now I married you, and you're rich, and you look good. So he says he got a good deal. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I only wish my wife could sing.
How has she changed since you married her?
Nothing. She's earned nothing. She's got the same weight when I married her. That's it. Nothing's changed. It's unbelievable. You did. I would love my wife to come home one day and say, you know what? Look, I'm super thin, and I'm going on concert tour. Should only happen to me so I can sit home. Well, Gloria, I want to thank you for coming in.
Well, thanks for having me.
You were very open, very honest, very sexy, very kind of you to say I'm a handsome man.
But you are?
Well,
But she's taken.
does Emilio ever spank you?
No.
You never get into that scene, huh?
I spank him once in a while.
Did he ever tie you up to the bed?
We don't have bedposts.
So you don't get tied up?
Not at home.
Let me tell you
at
something.
least.
If you were my woman, I would tie you up.
Would you now?
Oh yeah,
Well,
I would do. I would do like a whole
might
day
be
thing
cool.
to you, tied up, and then I'd have sex with you every couple of hours.
Really?
And I'd feed you.
Are
in
you
bed.
are you trying to like advertise or something?
I'm
Is
just
this-
telling you what I do to you.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking you over, and I know what I do to
Well,
you.
okay. Well, that's good.
I can't wait till you get up and walk out of here so I can look you over, so I can see your whole body. I didn't see you walk in.
I know. Purposely. I was a mystery guest.
You've been
for him.
squeezing quarters with your ass. I want to see if it's nice and tight. All
I've
right,
been
so
squeezing a lot more things.
Gloria Estefan, who is, by the way, donating all of the funds from her new single to the homeless people, the
The
victims of.
hurricane relief effort.
Yeah, there's a lot
Hurricane
of
Andrew.
homeless there now.
I happened to have been in Florida during the hurricane. Of course, I was nice and safe. Where I was over on the West Coast in Sarasota.
Oh.
But
That is
went over to you
absolutely-
later,
You
though.
know, I thought you were making that up for a second, but that is true.
I braved that whole hurricane.
Oh.
That's right.
How many
So-
people did you save?
No one. In fact, my in-laws wanted to stay at the hotel because it was safer. I said, look, I'm on vacation for 4 lousy
You
days.
threw them out?
Yeah, why don't you go back and why don't you take cover in your own home, okay? Real sensitive guy. But, Gloria, of course, you're more sensitive than I am. And,
Well, thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
good to have you on. And that's Gloria Estefan.
Thanks.
All right, Gloria.
Bye, guys.
Bye. I'm just going to watch you get up and walk
All
out.
right.
Walk out slow. Let me see. No hug? Goodbye?
I'll get hugged, sure.
Watch this, Robin. Watch this. I won't squeeze you too tight with those rods.
Miami, so
Come here.
it's all
Come
right.
here. All right.
My God, you're tall.
Oh, yeah. But don't stop now,
You
baby.
smell good, too. Your hair smells good.
Really?
Bye-bye.
I'll let you smell it anytime you want.
Bye.
I got hair all over my body that
Mini
smells
components.
good. Mini components, Gloria. Mini components.
Mini components.
I like your shoes. Those are F-me shoes.
Oh, dear. What do shoes look like?
She's got those real high heels
I
with the,
see.
you know, the. She's cute, huh?
Oh, gorgeous.
What'd you do to her, Jackie? Huh?
I don't know.
Plus, she can sing.
Emilio sounds like a hard act to follow, but I'd give it a shot.
Nah, he's nothing.
Ugh.
I've seen him. I'm better looking than him. Than Emilio? She was there fantasizing.
Oh, was she?
She's got to be horny for another guy. She's got to be.
Why is that? Women aren't like men.
I know, in a way they're not, but I'm telling you, she must think about it every once in a while.
I don't know.
Just as an aside, maybe, but
It's a woman, very
Not
powerful.
really.
She's made it. She could afford to leave Emilio now. Bang a few guys.
She's way too content.
I don't know about that.
But why would she do that, knowing that they would only be with her because of the money and the fame and the fortune?
She is very tied into Emilio financially, and also through this Miami sound
Sure.
machine and everything.
The business.
It's very complicated. So there's a lot of confusing feelings and mixed emotions with
Oh,
her.
I see. You think that she's just protecting her investment?
At this point, they're more like brother and sister, in my estimation,
Well,
than they
why
are.
would they be having another child?
No. They have a close relationship, but it's not as passionate as it once was.
Oh, you think not?
Trust me on this.
Why do you always think that everybody's having your life?
No, I didn't say that was my life. I'm as passionate for my wife as I always was.
Well, why couldn't they be?
Trust me on this.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the look in her eye. Did you see her licking that straw? I guarantee
That
you.
was driving me crazy.
She was horny for me. Hey, Gloria, where are you going?
I'm going.
We're just discussing your whole love life. You didn't hear any of that?
Oh, no, I didn't hear it.
Oh, she was doing IDs.
She was doing it. Thank God. You didn't want to hear it.
Nothing at all. No.
You should have heard this evaluation.
You want to hear what I figured out? I figured out that the situation with you and Emilio is you're very tied to each other because of the career and because at this point you feel emotional love for him and everything, but it's almost like a brother-sister thing.
You're wrong. The man
And
is sexy.
You know, he's sexy, but yet you would like to experience just some animal
Go
kind
ahead
of
and
love.
tell her you think she
What?
was fantasizing over you when she was licking that straw.
I think you were fantasizing
We're
over
both
me.
Cubans, Howard.
I think you were fantasizing over me when you were licking the straw.
Well,
I really do.
now.
I think you know what? She can deny it all she wants.
She's great.
Yeah, she's got a tight ass. You know, when she first got the rods in her back, I said, "Oh boy, she's gonna get fat."
That's the end.
That's the end. But she came back nice,
Yeah.
nice and tight. She exercises in a pool. I saw that on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Was it Lifestyles or was it
2020, one of those.
Entertainment Tonight?
Yeah, she's in a pool exercising. I said, "Oh, that can't possibly work," but it worked.
Actually, very good for you.
All
Water
right.
resistance.
There's a girl who's ready for some sexual activity. Yes, me.
8-inch rods.
Yeah.
How can you compete with that?
My wife's at home saying, "I've never had 8-inch rods." All right, I got to take a break. That was Gloria Estefan. Very nice woman. We'll be back right after these words.
Listen longer. to WXRK New York for guaranteed 20-song music marathons and classic rock on 92.3 K-Rock.
Tammy Teeter here with Tip Top Executive Recruitment. I have a nice little business. Every day, 3 or 4 executives come through the door looking to make career changes. Then this woman comes to see me about putting an ad in the 9X business-to-business directory. Says one ad will reach businesses all over the New York metro area. They distribute over 500,000 copies. So I say, why not? I could vote.
Was that your boyfriend, Robin, on that tape? A pen?
Well, that was Penn Jillette.
You're not seeing him anymore?
No.
All right, ski house. I'd love to know what happened between you two.
Nothing
Really?
happened.
Something was going on. Ski House, Robin, the incredible ski, skate, and tennis store located in Little Silver, New Jersey, presents on October 31st Team Rollerblade in an unbelievable show of freestyle stunts, flips, and aerial maneuvers. Team Rollerblade, the hottest performers on inline skates, has performed at the Albertville Olympics, the 92 Super Bowl, and all around the world. Showtimes are 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Boy Gary will MC the first show to celebrate. By the way, Boy Gary is a rollerblader himself.
And I will be rollerblading at this event.
Oh, you will?
Yeah, I'm gonna lace them on.
Okay.
How good are you?
I'm pretty good. I mean, I do the loop in Central Park. I do all the hills, and I do that. Yeah, I can do it.
To celebrate this event, Ski House will give away free 12 Walkmans from Nobody Beats the Wiz, rollerblade skates, a weekend at Stratton Mountain Tennis School, and hundreds of other prizes. You can save up to 40% on all ski wear and equipment, tennis equipment, and golf wear. Ski House, located in Little Silver, New Jersey. You can call this number for more details, 908-842-6666 for information and directions, okay? That's 908-842-6666. Boy Gary will be on hand to sign autographs and give away free prizes and a trip. Saturday, October 31st, call Ski House, 908-842-6666. Thank you, Boy Gary.
Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
Robin, it is 8:35 in New York. God knows what time it is where you are.
Check your watch.
Check your watch. We can't be expected to do everything.
Don't be behind time.
She was cute, man. We're all in here talking about her. Gloria Estefan. I always thought she was cute.
Oh, yeah, you always liked her body.
Yeah. Nice little package, huh?
Actually, when I was thinking about that report that you saw when she was working out, remember she had on like that sort of Lycra bodysuit?
Yeah.
And she was doing those flies, I think they call them, chest flies.
She had nice breasts. And you could see that the Lycra bodysuit had a big scoop neck, and you could see the top of her cleavage.
Right.
I like that.
It's funny what you remember.
Funny how guys watch TV different than girls.
But I'm just sitting here saying he can't remember yesterday.
No.
But he knows exactly what she was wearing, how it was cut.
Isn't that weird? It was a boat neck. They call that a boat neck leotard. I know that. I can't remember. I swear to you, if you asked me to recall what we did yesterday on the show.
Sometimes he has trouble with his children's names.
Right. But, man, I can remember Lycra leotards like you wouldn't believe. I'm the king of Lycra. So last night we had a viewing party of Butt Bongo Fiesta for our fans. What is on this tape anyway?
What we did is we ran a microphone while the whole tape ran for like an hour and a half, and just to get people's reaction, to hear some of the jokes and hear how they
so what am I
reacted.
going to hear first on
Well,
here?
Scott just cut everything together.
Yeah. So what am I hearing? Does Scott know the order?
Yes. Yes, Scott does.
All right, well, where is Scott then? Why am I not talking to him?
He just said you can hear it on the tape. In other words, you can hear what's going on.
Well, okay. Scott, what is up first? That's what I want to know.
It's the beginning of the tape where you're introducing things, and then Jackie comes and reveals his belly button.
Okay, let me see that.
But if you don't mind, take off your top, will you? Because you see now on the old TV show. Well, this is video, and on the old TV show, we had to keep a bar across here. You're going to see there's a bar here. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Take it down. Take it down. Now, there's a bar across here.
That's not where Jackie takes off his top. That's where Tempest takes off her top.
Excuse me, Tempest and then Jackie.
Confused.
Yeah.
There was so many clips that Tempest, with the.
Well, I want to play one clip here. What is the best clip to play?
This is a great clip right here.
Right now, on the old TV show, every time we did that, there was a bar. This tape. The great thing about it is, look.
That's our audience. That's us smashing the bars away so you can see the woman's breasts. One of the One of the many things you'll see on Butt Bongo Fiesta. Where's it at the end of the tape where they were cheering?
Probably at the end of this. I'll try.
What was it? There was another wild moment you told me that happened. Did you interview anybody after the?
Yeah, sure.
Where is that? Is that on here?
No, that's not on here.
Oh, that's not on here.
No.
Oh, I see.
That's for Monday, I keep telling you.
I'll never get that. I can't get that. I just want an interview of somebody. I want to hear somebody's reaction to the tape. Do you have that?
No, I don't have any of those.
Oh, you don't have that at all?
No, I just told you that I logged a bunch of stuff down. I didn't know you wanted to play it today. I thought we were going to go over it after the show for the commercial.
Yeah, just for your own personal.
Oh, okay. I'll listen to it for myself. I don't want to share that with the audience.
No.
Of course I want that. What do you think I'm waiting for?
We thought you were waiting for this.
I'm waiting. Well, I was waiting for both things.
Okay, we'll get it to you.
Well, it's a little late. It's 20 minutes of 9. I got to get to news, and I got Brian, what's his name, coming in from AC/DC. Brian Johnson. Why don't you get somebody on the phone who saw the tape?
Okay.
Let them talk about
Maybe
it.
you can do that.
Yeah, maybe you can do that. Unless you want me to talk to him off the air.
Yeah, have a personal conversation.
Let me see what
Hey,
else.
Jackie, what about that day in the life of your belly button? Show it to him. It's time. Take it off.
I wanted to go last night to watch the audience's reaction to the tape.
Yeah.
But I had him tape it because it was too late at night for me. That's where Jackie reveals his belly button.
Look at that thing. Now, you know, that is...
I want to see the reaction to all the new stuff, like when we do Butt Bongo Fiesta.
Or Jungle Man.
Jungle Man 3D. I think Gary has it on here. Where's the Jungle Man 3D part? See, I don't know what's on this tape.
Pretty disgusting. This is jungle.
It's great being in the dark, isn't it?
What is all
right
this?
now.
I just don't know what's on here.
Yeah.
This is Jungle Man.
Oh, this is when they see
That's
the 3D.
the 3D reaction.
Jungle Man.
That's me swinging on the vine. That's me swinging in on the vine in 3D. 1-800-52-STERN if you want to see it. Oh, is this the guy who saw it?
Yeah, this is the king of all messengers who was dressed in top hat, tuxedo, spats, and a cane last night for the big opening.
Hello, you're on the air.
Good morning, Your Majesty.
Well,
King of all
thanks.
media.
Now, tell me what you thought of the tape.
Oh, Howard, it was great, man. It was the best thing I ever seen.
Really?
I'm talking about it all day long to everyone I see.
And what do you keep telling them?
If they don't buy it, they're out of their mind.
And what parts, I mean, do you tell them about?
Oh, I tell first of all, I'm coming back as a lesbian in my next life. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. You know, everybody likes the lesbian, you know.
The
everyone's,
Lesbian Love Connection.
You know, we used to do Lesbian Love Connection on TV, but and I know it sounds like, oh, man, Howard's just hauling that out again. Isn't it completely different?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Because you go on the date with the girls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to stand up after that scene.
I always wanted to do that Lesbian Love Connection that way on TV, but I couldn't.
And guess who's the Jew?
Yeah?
That tore me up. I tell you, I couldn't get to sleep last night. I had a grin on my face. Forget about it.
And what about, let's see, what else was on there?
The 3D was outrageous.
I told you, this new process is unbelievable. It makes it like Disney World. Am I correct?
Oh, it was exactly like Disney World.
Would you like the 3D fart?
Oh, that was funny. Unbelievable.
But the elephant was good, too.
There isn't a thing on that tape that was bad.
What about Tribute to Vagina?
Oh, that was out. I learned so many new facts. I was amazed. It was unbelievable.
Did you like where we actually go inside the vagina and take a visit inside there, Robin and I?
Exactly, with your raincoats on?
Yes.
Unbelievable. And Gary eating his boogers?
What was that?
Gary eating his boogers?
Yes.
Oh, man, that was great.
In 3D.
Unbelievable, Howard. What? I'll tell you.
What'd you think of the girl who? What'd you think of the girl who won the Butt Bongo Fiesta contest?
Oh, she was outrageous.
Well, there you go.
She really was.
You're having the proper reaction.
What about the contest in Tribute to Vagina?
It was beautiful. It was excellent.
Do you remember the contest? Pick your wife's.
Yes.
Have you ever seen a contest like that?
Not really. No, not at all. Matter of fact, I'm trying to convince my wife so I can butt bongo her.
What about all the breasts in Jungle Man? Did they pop out at you in 3D?
Oh, it was great.
All
it was
right.
really great.
All
I'll
right.
tell you, if anybody's listening and doesn't order this tape, they're out of their mind. They will not be sorry. I
All right.
promise you.
Very good. Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome.
There he is, king of all, what is it?
Messengers.
King of all messengers.
That's right.
All right, 1-800-52-STONE.
Stay well, Howard. I love you.
Thank you. $34.95, and you must be 18 or over to order. Have your credit card ready, and it's an infinity venture.
That's right.
All right, now where were we? Want to take one phone call? We want to start the news? Maybe we should, because Brian Johnson's coming in, so we don't
All
get, sidetracked.
Yeah, well, Fred's holding up the sign.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll do some news. You going to talk about Brandon Tartikoff?
Absolutely.
Oh,
I
good.
need to understand what's going on there.
I'll explain that to you.
Very well. And then you said you had an article that was funny about the FCC.
Yeah, I should read that to you.
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll be back right after this.
You heard the top 92 of the 60s. Now it's time for the top 92 of the 70s on 92.3 K-Rock. This is Pete Fornatal, and I'll start the countdown today right after Howard from number 92 all the way to number 1. The top 92 classic rock songs of the 70s today as part of our K-Rocktoberfest on the classic rock station and home of guaranteed 20-song music marathons, 92.3 K-Rock.
And now, another reason to call Wales.
Only as good. Only as good. Only as good as the. Did you hear his voice?
Yes, I did.
Oh, it's James Earl Jones.
Are you ready to take the TDK test?
Absolutely.
All
I
right.
did very well before.
Bet you can't do it again.
Let's see.
All right, let's see if you can tell the difference between CD and TDK tape. Here I go. Ready? Here is number 1. Number 1.
I use the power at my domain.
Oh, that's the wrong CD. I'm sorry. That's
say.
that's Gloria Estefan. All right, let's start again. You ready? Oh, nuts. I already messed it up. I give up. There's just too much going on. Well, you should be able to get this one now that I messed this up. All right, you ready? Here we go.
You never know. You never know.
Each time I think of you, like.
All right, that's number 1, Robin. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, ready? That was number 1. Here's number 2.
Sing to your heartstrings. Only a lady of dreams.
All right, that's number 2. See, I got to write them down so I remember also.
Yeah.
All right. Here's number 3.
That I desire.
All right. You got that?
Yeah.
All right, here's number 4.
Dreams never forsake me.
All right, and here is number 5.
Each time I come to you, lying naked.
Go ahead. Not so easy, right? Not
You're
so
playing
easy.
games over there.
Not doing anything, but I've always done. See, I separated them out a little this time. All right, go ahead.
Tape,
Correct.
CD.
Wrong.
I knew that. Tape.
Wrong.
I know it's all going to be wrong
Go ahead.
now. Tape,
Wrong.
CD.
Right. You got 2 right and 3 wrong. All right. It's impossible to tell the difference when I do the test the proper way. It's TDK tape. They're great. There really is a great brand of tape. And that's the TDK challenge. You can take it for yourself over at The Wiz, Lake Road, Paramus, Scarsdale, and NoHo, 726 Broadway. Okay. So where was I?
We were about to start the news.
So the FCC. Oh.
What?
Let my friend come in and plug his
Oh,
presidential
that's right,
candidate.
true. Well, then maybe we should do all the political stuff first.
Think so? You want to do it that way?
Why not?
All right, let Steve do this fast. This is another friend of mine taking advantage of his friendship with me by bugging me
That's
every
true.
minute to get involved with his political causes. All right, this is Steve Hertzfeld. He is a transcendental meditation guy. He does transcendental meditation better than anybody on the whole planet.
Well,
He's
longer
considered
anyway.
the best transcendental meditation
One of the
guy.
best TMers.
Hi, Robin.
Good morning.
And he is working very hard for the TM candidate.
John Hagelin.
Yeah, who I would vote for, except, you know.
Well, maybe he'll sway you right now.
All
and
right,
get your
sway
vote.
me. You got a minute to sway me.
Okay, if I have a minute, first let me say this. John's going to be on half-hour specials on CBS Saturday night.
Nervous, Steve?
Mm-hmm. How about you? Well, if I
Well, you
do
know,
it
I'm a
on Monday-
meditator, Robin.
That's right.
Oh,
And
like
Robin
I
is a
don't know
meditator.
that.
You don't know that about me? I thought you knew a lot about me.
Well, did you know I was a meditator?
Does
When did
everybody
you
know that
start?
Robin's a meditator?
I started in 1976. When did you start?
I see. Who knows? I know it's over 20 years. So go ahead, yes.
Okay. So John's going to be on Saturday, October 31st at 8 p.m. on CBS Channel 2 here in New York and elsewhere on CBS.
You better take a drink of water. And this is, what is this, your radio voice?
No, I don't. What am I doing?
No.
I'm a professional medic. You know, every 10 and a half years I come out and I do some work, then I go back to a case.
All right, go ahead. Yes, CBS
Okay, so
television.
On Saturday night at 8, ABC TV on Sunday at 7:30, and then on Monday, the day before the election, it'll be at 10 p.m. on CNBC cable.
Now, exactly why are you doing this?
I'm doing it because I think John Hagelin is the best candidate and that offers the best solutions to America's
All right,
problems.
now quick, what is the solution to the economy?
The solution to the economy is to cut back on the expenses that are needless and wasteful and basically based on ignorance. There are proven solutions.
Now, Steve, keep going because my entire audience isn't asleep yet. There's still 3 people awake.
Okay.
All right, is there anybody left? Hello?
Listen, the last time I came, you had like 3 million listeners, and I came out of the closet and admitted to being a celibate. So now you got 15 million.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
a
celibate. He's celibate. He hasn't gotten laid in...
I don't even remember who gets tied up. It's been so
You
long.
got laid in college was the last time, right?
I don't remember when it was.
You
It's been
did
a long
actually
time.
do it, though.
Have you ever done it?
Yeah, yeah.
You've done it, right?
Oh, yeah.
You've
now,
gotten laid.
now that we woke up your audience, can we get back to the politics?
He's like one of these super monk kind of guys.
Yeah,
who
well,
will
is
not-
it easy to be celibate?
And he doesn't masturbate either. I've had this discussion with him.
It is easy to be celibate.
Hi, Dallas. I don't masturbate. Yeah, it's...
When's the last time you masturbated?
I don't remember.
Really?
It's been that long.
And
Well,
what
I mean,
happens
it's
when
not-
you
it's
must
not like-
you must naturally have feelings to do it?
Well, no, the thing is, you know, if you're not particularly stressed and if you have experience with developing bliss that comes on a more sustained level, then orgasm is like a waste of energy. You can just compare the two.
Hey, Steve, let me tell you something. I'm making up for you because I'm masturbating enough for the both of us.
Yeah, he's doing it for, in fact, all those people you're with.
We're just
Robin, let's give him a little test. You flash him your beautiful breasts,
stop it.
and then watch if he doesn't do
Yeah,
something.
Howard and I are just two average American guys. You know, I'm a monk, and Howard averages us out.
That's right. And so you the last time you got laid was back in college?
Last time was there 1973 or something?
1973. Wow.
Boy.
Look at Gary. Gary's dizzy.
What do you do on that day as it rolls around every year?
You know, it's so funny
I don't
because
remember what day it was.
because I've met Steve, you know, a bunch of times, and I never knew this until right now.
Yeah, well, don't shake his hand. Don't get too close.
Remind me not to walk in front of him.
You're safe, Jack.
But you do get aroused, but you control it.
Yeah, if I listen to your show without turning it off every now and then.
Right, you do
it's
get
out
a
of
little
control.
aroused.
Oh, so it could happen.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
What
you
about
know,
when you wake up some mornings?
I really enjoyed the penthouse you gave me with you on the cover.
I
I threw out most of it, unfortunately.
Steve wouldn't buy Penthouse
And I couldn't
because,
keep Jackie's page because the back of it was so gross.
you know, for a guy who was nervous a few minutes ago, I can barely get a word in
Yeah, I
edgewise.
tell you, he's a very talkative fellow.
All right, so we should all do
We
the...
should consider proven solutions. To basically, our only gripe with the politicians that are in now is they haven't done their homework. There are solutions to the spiraling healthcare costs. There are solutions to the decline in American education. There are solutions to prison. And,
All right, so
and
if we
crime.
watch John Hagelin on these shows, we will learn the answer about what his... and he is on the ballot.
He is on the ballot in
All
33 states and the District of Columbia, and he can be written in the other states.
Here, Steve, I'm going to play you something right now. Since you haven't had sex in so long.
Oh my goodness!
Since you haven't had sex in over what I calculate over 20 years.
That would be 19 years.
And I think 3 months is a bad time to go. But since you haven't had sex in over 20 years, I'm going to play you some butt bongo.
Uh-huh.
All right. I
Oh,
want
this
you
is
to
the
listen.
girl moaning? I've heard it before.
Oh, you heard this? I just
Yeah.
want to see if you get aroused during it, right? Because it's impossible.
I think I
not
need a
to.
drink here.
Let's see here. Here we go. All right, now let's get the music going. Now, you remember, Dave, your job is to play her ass like a bongo.
Mm-hmm.
You like... Let's get to the good part. All right, here we go. Here goes Dave. Here we go. Now we're going to make
Like
Steve
it.
stand up and watch his crotch while...
You really like it, huh, Susan? Oh, man.
That's got to be doing something to you.
I've heard it before.
Wow.
Actually, we had a long discussion last night.
That didn't turn you on?
I didn't even know what that's supposed to be.
Then it has been 20 years. All right, everyone. Steve Herzfeld from the Natural Law Party with John Hagelin. Steve calls my house every 5 minutes. I got to get on your show. Finally, I got to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Making me nuts.
No, I don't want to hurt Alphonse D'Amato, but we do have a Senate candidate, and we have a candidate in the 17th district as well.
Not
in New
interested.
York.
Senator Alphonse D'Amato all the way.
Okay, so now we'll talk about Dr. Stanley. No, we'll talk about Nana LaLuz, who's running in the 17th. That's a very interesting candidate.
Steve.
I got to go, right?
All right, exactly. I mean, come on, give me a break, huh?
Listen.
I got 3 listeners left after you.
Let's turn over the whole show to him.
Yeah, Steve, we'll give you an hour,
That's
okay?
a great idea.
Yeah, on Saturday.
Okay, I'll be here.
All right, Steve, good luck. Steve Herzfeld, everyone.
Thank you, Herb.
With the Natural Law Party.
Here he goes. All right, Steve, I'll see you later. Call me later, Steve. There he goes.
We got to explore that, what is it, Creating Bliss?
I got to change my phone number.
It'll cure you, Howard. You've been wondering how to stuff.
He's full of it. I guarantee you he got to have a masturbation session every once in a while. That's almost impossible. Because I've asked him about it in private. I mean, not just on, I say, how the hell do you do it?
Yeah?
He says, I just do it. All right, God bless him. All right, there are people on the planet who can do that.
They're so funny, the guys he hangs out with.
Yeah.
Because you can make them blush real easy.
Yeah, especially you. All right, Rob, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with more news, since we're doing political news right after that. Are you going to do the political news and then I'll do the FCC story? All right, We'll be back right after these words.
92.3 K-Rock, Miller Lite, and the NFL on TNT remind you to watch this Sunday night's NFL on TNT game at 8 p.m. as the Giants take on the Redskins in the nation's capital. Then on Monday's Rock and Roll Afternoon Show, I've got a trip to give away to the big game, the one in Southern California, January 31st. The AFC champion versus the NFC champion. And how can you win it? Well, if you're 21 or older and are the random caller when we play football trivia on the Rock and Roll Afternoon Show, then that trip could be yours. Air transportation provided by U.S. Air. U.S. Air begins with you. Accommodations provided by Embassy Suites. Twice the value, twice the hotel. It's a trip for 2 to the big game, and we're giving it away Monday. From Miller Lite, it's everything you want a beer to be. The NFL on TNT and the Classic Rock Station, 92.3 K-Rock.
We've got the leather jacket you've been looking for. We've got a huge selection in every store. The Leather Warehouse. We've got your leather for less.
When you think Leather Warehouse. Because each Leather Warehouse store was created by people who love leather for people who love leather. At Leather Warehouse, you'll find aisle after aisle of the latest leather clothing for men, women, and children. From traditional to trendy, classic to contemporary. Fine quality leather coats, jackets, accessories, and more, all at the guaranteed lowest prices. At the Leather Warehouse, we've got your leather for less.
The Leather Warehouse. We've got your leather for less. We've got your leather for less.
Leather Warehouse has 24 locations. For the Leather Warehouse nearest you, call 1-800-544-8669. That's 1-800-544-8669.
Is fun obsolete? Have the good virtues of prudence and restraint lately replaced the notion that cars should be fun to drive? Not in the new Saab 9000 CSE. A sports sedan you can drive hard.
It's like real paper. It is not that fax paper where you can't highlight on it, you can't write on it. It is like a real sheet of paper. There are no fading problems, and the faxes can be filed without making a copy. This is the magic of the Brother IntelliFax. You got to go see it for yourself. If you're thinking of a fax machine or if you're dissatisfied with your present fax machine, the Brother IntelliFax is available at Staples, J&R Music World, Not Just the Fax, and 6th Avenue Electronics. Brother IntelliFax. Thank you, brother. Now, Robin, you were saying on the political scene.
Yes, Howard. You know, there's an interesting little map in the New York Post today. Shows where the electoral votes were 10 days ago and where they are today.
Yeah.
Now, how many votes does it take to win the Electoral College?
Isn't it 400-something? Is it 200-something? What is it?
270.
Yeah, I knew it was either 200 or 400.
Well, there's a big difference in those two numbers.
I don't pay attention to the Electoral College.
Well, why not? Because that's actually what elects the president.
I like to believe that we elect the president.
Well, you're wrong about that.
I know. Yeah, so
anyway, 10 days ago, it looked like Clinton had a clear lock on the electoral votes that he needed to win the race. Now, however, The states where Clinton leads by at least 10 points for a total of 213 electoral votes are pointed out on this map. So he has 213 according to polls they've taken and the way they feel. 213 electoral votes locked up.
How many does Bush have?
Bush has 5 electoral votes locked up.
Really?
According to the Post. Now, believe what you will.
And Perot?
Perot, they don't even mention here. They don't even consider him a factor. I don't think he's going to win one state.
And John Hagelin?
John Hagelin's not mentioned on here
Really?
either. Just Bush and Clinton. Now, there are toss-up states, of course. They say there's 173 electoral votes in the toss-up states. But if Bush only has 4 or 5 electoral votes locked up, 5 plus 173 is not enough to win.
I see.
Plus the 41 they say that are leaning to Bush. So that's 5, 41, and 173. So let's see. Could he possibly win? That's 9.
Don't forget 2 goes into 2.
11.
2 goes into 2 once?
No, that would only give him 219.
I see.
So it looks like Clinton's going to win.
Well, we'll see. I don't know.
It's still several days before the race. All this could change, too.
Something scared me yesterday. Chauncey called me this. You know that guy Chauncey?
Yeah.
He called me this morning. He saw Clinton last night.
Uh-huh.
He got to talk to him.
Yeah.
And he asked him, he says, hey, what do you think of Howard Stern's problems with the FCC? What are you going to do about that? And Clinton got real mad at him and said, there's no problem. Something like that. Hey, Gary, what did Chauncey say?
Well, this is something we need to know.
I know. But who are you going to vote for? Bush? He's not. He would just take you and boot you through a window.
Get in here. Where's Chauncey with this interview?
What did Chauncey say?
Chauncey claims he cornered him in a parking lot last night.
Maybe that's what made him angry.
Sure, it was Bill Clinton and not like Saul Clinton?
And he claims he asked him why, what he was going to do about the FCC. Why was the FCC persecuting you?
Yeah.
And Bill Clinton said, I don't know anything about that. I haven't been following that. And he said he looked very annoyed. I'm sure he was much more annoyed over Chauncey than he was over the question.
Yeah, but now Chauncey has annoyed him and associated it with Howard Stern.
That's the problem. And the guy might be president, and I need him to help me.
Thanks a lot, Chauncey.
Chauncey, don't annoy the guy, okay?
Did I tell you that I had written a letter? I don't know if I told you this, but I wrote this really nice letter to the Clinton campaign, and I spoke to his campaign manager. I was trying to get him on the show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I'd called him. We had been, calling back and forth, and we had never had a chance to speak. And then we had Jennifer Flowers on that morning.
Yeah.
And then I said, what the hell, man? I called anyway. That afternoon.
Yeah.
Boy, he was really, really cold to me. I think they heard the Jennifer Flowers thing, and I think that cemented them hating us.
Oh, boy.
No, that's unfair. I mean, we've turned a lot of people on to Clinton and gotten a lot of votes for him, especially in Jersey where they need it.
Because I called the guy and I said,
"Oh, great!"
I said, "You got my fax?" And
that
I said,
was a bad move, apparently.
I said,
"Hey, I just said I would interview Clinton about the FCC. I wouldn't even talk about Jennifer Flowers."
That's not the point. Maybe they're just pissed at us because we had Jennifer on.
They're tough, man. I'm not going to stop having her on.
Oh, tough, right. Tell me that when we're sitting on a park bench.
Because he had been really
Don't worry, you're not going to be sitting on any bench.
He had been really nice to me, Howard.
Yeah.
And then I called him that day and I said, what's
Hey,
going on with
Bill's
the governor?
the guy who was with her, not me.
And I said, can we get the governor on? And he goes, I don't think so.
We weren't getting him anyway, so don't get don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, but he could have been nice about
But there was a definite change in tone of
I don't
voice.
think so. Well, it's a funny thing, forget it. Hey, she was cute. How can you turn her down? I want to hear about how she had sex with the guy and if his
well,
penis was
after
big.
the election, Howard.
Oh, I see.
Just think about things a little bit.
Okay, sure. All right.
A week.
What could have a week meant? All right, Rob, what else you got there?
Well, I just wanted to look at the other polls to see what was going on, too, with the popular vote. The NBC poll has Clinton 43%, Bush 38%, Perot 11%. The latest ABC poll says that Clinton has 44%, Bush 35%, Perot 16%.
Fred Norris, 9%.
Post
Yeah.
says that Clinton is ahead by 44%, Bush by 34%, Perot 19%.
How can somebody?
USA Today.
How could somebody still be for Perot?
Says Clinton 41, Bush 38, Perot 16.
How could anybody still be for Perot? They say a lot of the people who are anti-Bush but not for Clinton are going to Perot, but
couldn't possibly be that many.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see how you could be for him after.
I figure that support is very, very soft, and when they get in the voting booth, they'll really lock into one or the other of these two guys.
I agree with you.
So anyway, that's what it looks like on the presidential political scene. Now, according to the latest poll I see here reported in the New York Post, Bob Abrams is leading Al D'Amato by a hair.
What kind of hair?
Neither one of them have very much.
No, but I mean, what kind of hair? When you say leading by a hair,
Uh-huh.
you're talking about the hair on someone's head or the other kind of hair? Leading by a hair.
Not the animal kind of hair.
Yeah.
It's the hair on someone's head.
Okay.
So he's a slim...
Is it curly hair or
straight? I think
straight
very
hair.
straight hair.
Very straight hairs.
Bob Abrams holds a slim 5-point lead over Republican Senator Alphonse D'Amato just days before the windup of their bitter U.S. Senate race, according to a poll released yesterday.
Oh, we got to get Al D'Amato. And, you know, that guy Alec Baldwin yesterday didn't make any sense. I don't care what anyone says.
You know what makes sense to us is that we know Al D'Amato.
Right. And you know what else? When he talks about how bad things are in New York State and he starts blaming Senator Al, hey, if things are so bad, well, how come he doesn't bring up the senior senator from New York, Daniel Patrick Moynihan?
Yeah, what's that all about?
I think Al's been doing a good job. Plus, he says he'll get rid of the FCC if we elect him. Please vote for Al.
They say there's an unusually large percentage of still undecided voters, 17%.
Those are our voters.
Yeah?
I'm telling you. All the bad stuff you blame on Rip Van Moynihan. He's been asleep for... Go with Senator Al. Let's see if he can shake things up.
In Pennsylvania, Senator Arlen Specter holds a tiny lead over Democrat Len Yakel.
Unbelievable. That's unbelievable to me. That means women must be voting for Arlen Specter. But I'm afraid to comment on any of these races because I'm the target of a government investigation. I don't know who's after me, so I'm going to keep quiet on that one.
All right.
Any of the women remember Anita Hill?
Well, I told you what Arlen has been doing. He's been saying he now understands about sexual harassment. He didn't know anything then.
Oh, I see. He learned it all in a couple of weeks.
Right. There are some other issues that are up in certain states in this election. In California, they have a couple of interesting propositions on the ballot. One of them about death with dignity.
Right.
And another would increase the number of police officers on the street there.
That won't help.
Well, that's what everybody's claiming, that they'll be safer in Los Angeles if there are 1,000 more cops on the street.
You need a police officer for every person in Los Angeles. Everyone needs their own private police officer. They should just give everyone a police uniform and induct them into the...
Everybody's a police officer.
Right, now we're all cops. Come on, everyone, let's go.
Oh, goodness. And, of course, in Oregon,
yeah,
they're considering voting to make homosexuality abnormal.
Yeah. They're voting for that?
Yeah, they have a...
I thought it was already abnormal.
No, it's been declared normal by psychiatrists.
I see.
But they have decided to declare it abnormal. They're going to have people there vote on the bill to make homosexuality abnormal. And what that would mean is you no longer have to protect homosexuals in jobs, in housing, and so forth.
Unbelievable. They act like the homosexuals are going to be bad people. Well, what is that? They have a right to live in this country. They have a right to certain protections. You know how many homo lumberjacks there are out there? Do you know what will happen to the wooding industry, Robin? If
the wooding?
That's right, the wooding industry. What is the wooding industry? The lumberjacking industry? The tree cutting industry? What do you call that? The lumber industry?
The lumber industry.
Yeah, the lumberjacking industry. 9 out of 10 lumberjacks are gay. What else you got there, Robin?
Also in Maryland, they have a whatever they call it, a referendum on the ballot there to assure that abortion would always remain available no matter what the Supreme Court does about Roe versus Wade. So they're waging a big pro and anti-abortion battle in that state. So interesting things happening this election year. Also in the news, down in Miami, I think one of the candidates for Congress...
Gloria Estefan?
No, is a Santeria priest
Yeah, those must be like the ones they called about 2 hours ago saying they had a voodoo doll of me. I got a call back in the office.
Really?
Stan, you suck. We got a voodoo doll of you. Strangest accent I ever heard. I go ahead, stick some pins in it right now. Let's see if it hurts.
Let me see if this guy's running or if they just have something on the ballot as to whether they can continue to sacrifice animals for their rituals.
Can you
Maybe
imagine
that's
that?
what they're voting on. And I think that's it. They want to be able to sacrifice animals during their services. They say that preventing this or banning it infringes on their freedom of religion.
You know what those dopes think? If they kill a dog, God's going to be happy with them. Can you imagine this? There are religions now in this country, due to the influx of immigration, that are not even religions in my point.
Well, I was going to say to you, how can you keep from calling this a religion when it gets to the point that a significant number of people are practicing it?
I wouldn't mind if they killed rats or pigeons. They're killing, they're sacrificing goats and chickens and things. I mean, I know we all eat chicken and all that, but I don't know. It just seems sort of weird to have a whole group of people standing around and waving chicken blood. And come on, you guys know, there's no way God looks upon that as a good thing. I mean,
Have you talked to God?
Any sensible person would know that's not a godly way to act. That's downright paganism. You got 3 good religions in this country, possibly 4, and that's it. You got anything to do with Jesus. You got the Jews.
Well, Santeria has something to do with Jesus.
Very little. And then you got the...
Buddha.
I don't know about Buddha. I've been thinking about Buddha. That's a little fat green Japanese guy. Think about that. You think God would be fat? Think about that.
But there's more Buddhists than there are anything else.
Just because there's a lot of people doesn't mean they're all dopes.
I mean, look at that group that said the world was going to end the other day.
Jesus has a gorgeous body.
What?
I would love to be built like that. Nice swimmer's physique, no fat on that stomach, good chest, narrow arms but strong arms, powerful legs underneath that little loincloth.
Kind of like Gloria.
Sort of built like Gloria Estefan, quite frankly. Somewhat effeminate. All right, let me take a break here, Robin.
Well, you still haven't solved the problem.
What was the problem again?
Well, that they don't want bans on the killing of their animals during religious services down in Hialeah, Florida. They want to do that and not have anybody bother them.
I see.
The ASPCA has been on their case.
Well, I believe it should be against the law.
Well, they bring up the point that you bring up. One person said, well, yeah, today you start with a chicken. You say one religion, we sacrifice chickens.
Right.
What's to stop somebody from tomorrow proposing a religion where they sacrifice dogs?
That's right. How can you call one animal better than the other? And after they kill the dog, what are they going to kill next? The homeless? I know of a religion like that. They got a bunch of these guys running around. So you got to decide for yourself where it all stops, right, Robin? Don't you agree?
I don't know.
I don't either know. I don't know the answer either.
Because if we die and there is an afterlife.
There is not a religion.
Let me say something.
Yeah.
If we do die and there is an afterlife.
Right.
And God is sitting there hacking away at a goat or a chicken.
Yeah, we're screwed.
You know where we're going.
No, absolutely God is not into that. I can almost assure you of that. Trust me on that. And really, those are for very backward countries, these kinds of religions.
Well, they say it has a 4,000-year-old tradition dating back to Africa.
Exactly. They don't even have a wheel in Africa yet.
Oh, please.
Didn't we learn that on the KKK message, Robin?
Yeah, they said that.
Gee, we're learning a lot there, aren't we? All right, listen, we got to take a break. Robin, not only will we get back, we'll do some more news.
Yeah.
We have Brian Johnson.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, yeah, we have Brian Johnson of AC/DC. He's going to stop in and give us a little rap on his new record. And then
he's got a solo album out?
Got a solo album, and he's always fun to have on because you can't understand a damn word he says.
Accent.
All right, we'll be back. We'll introduce Brian right after these words.
The classic rock station is 92.3 K.
Coming straight to you from Maine.
Poland Spring is so good. I love Poland Spring. It's refreshing, natural, and this is the spring water I drink. I drink 8 bottles a day of Poland Spring. And you're saying, hey, Howard, I'd love to drink Poland Spring at my house. I'd love to drink it at work. But it's such a hassle going to the store and buying all those bottles. Well, now you can have Poland Spring, delicious, refreshing, clean Poland Spring The very same Poland Spring, surrounded by 400 acres of protected wilderness in Maine, delivered to your door, whether it's at home or in the office, okay? So you dial this number. And if you call now, you'll get 1 month cooler rental free and 2 free bottles, 12 gallons. But what's great about it is it's convenient, and especially if you have kids and you care about your health and you care about their health, you don't want them drinking soda all the time, and you don't want them, when they finally agree to drink some water, you don't want them drinking impure water that's going to kill them.
Water that's going to kill them.
Water that's going to kill them from the tap, literally kill them. Am I right?
Well, it could shorten their lives.
Exactly.
Lower their intelligence.
I know a kid drank from the tap yesterday, dropped dead right on the spot. Make your orange juice, your coffee, your tea, everything with it, Robin. You dial 1-800-759-9123. 1-800-759-9123. Poland Spring. What do we drink?
Poland Spring.
Mini Poland Spring.
Mini Poland Spring.
All right. We drink many Poland Springs.
Mini Poland Spring.
You want to hear something great?
What?
Let's take a second. This is the audience pouring out of the theater last night that went to see an advanced screening of Butt Bongo Fiesta.
Okay.
Here is the audience. It's just a couple of the people.
First of all, I am not a fan at all. And it was so stupid. It was funny. It was crazy. It was like being at a constant party.
These chicks, they're freaks, man. If you don't order it, Stuttering John is truly your hero.
Those lesbians turn me on.
You should get it. Your head will explode. If you like the TV show, there's nothing better.
Unbelievable. I couldn't get over the intensity in which the lesbian...
Yeah, I'm not going to play it all.
Yeah, that's funny. I like this.
Yeah, the people loved it. 1-800-52-STERN. The number is open for business today. It's a Friday. Go wild. Order that tape. $34.95. You'll have a good time with it, and you get the 3D glasses with it, and it's a...
It was so stupid, it was funny.
Infinity venture. You must be 18 or older. Well, we had a couple of women there who were not fans of ours.
Oh, that's great.
In fact, I'll tell you something. One of the guys who edited this videotape was not a fan of ours at all. And he grew to love us. Which is very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare these days.
In such a short time.
Rob, let me bring in Brian. Let him sit in for some news. Let's talk
You know
to him.
what? I just got to tell you
Yeah.
of a phenomenon that I see happening here.
Yes.
It seems to me that Stuttering John
Yes.
feels that he is the intern who is supposed to host each of these rock stars we
Yeah.
bring in here.
He should hang with them.
Constantly see him buzzing around them when
Yeah.
they're here, and I hope he's not bothering the guests.
He's there with the guy from AC/DC, and what he feels is it's his right, since he works here for free pretty much, to hang around with the rock stars and the record company people and annoy them
Yeah.
and badger them because he thinks he's a rock star. I know, I really resent it. I really do.
I just noticed, and I said, you know, this is happening a little too often.
What was
You
going
see,
on out there?
I just saw John hanging in the door.
Hey, man. There he is. There's our man. That's Brian Johnson of AC/DC.
Yeah, bothering this poor guy.
Yeah, meanwhile, Stuttering John is bothering Brian, and in here he's going, oh, he's a truck driver, and he got lucky. You should see. Hey, man, how you doing? You don't care.
Good morning.
How you doing, Brian? Take a seat, man. AC/DC, of course. After what's-his-name died. I can't even remember his name.
Bon Scott?
Bon Scott.
Bunny Bun.
And you know what happened? Brian was their truck driver. You used to drive those guys around, right?
No, Bun used to drive them around.
No, you used to drive them around, right?
Yeah, Bun used to drive them around.
I thought you used to drive AC/DC around.
No, I used to drive myself mad.
No, you used to drive AC/DC around, right?
No.
Who said he drove him around?
I thought that was the whole story of how you got the job. You were like one of their guys.
At the time, well, it's been fun out.
You got to leave already? So Stuttering John's in here going, he's doing imitations
Oh, really?
of Brian. Hey, John, why don't you come in and do it to Brian's face?
Come here,
you stupid bastard.
Come here.
Come here, you stupid jerk.
Brain dead and well read.
Yeah.
Come on in here.
Come here, you dope. Come here, you freak. You dumb jerk.
So I guess he's not coming in.
Now, let me see him do it. I want to see. What, are you working out or something? Got some big muscles.
You guys bend the truth so much.
You're the one.
I was just, I read a magazine where I said Brian used to drive a truck for AC/DC. Is that true or no?
That was actually Bon. That's how Bon got the gig in the early days. He was driving the guys around, and what happened was they had another singer who was like a pretty boy, the blonde hair bit, and he said, "Yeah, I can sing better than him."
Yeah.
And the guy said, "Well, come on, get up and try it." He did though, and that was his gig.
Oh, you don't even have the story straight.
All right. It starts with a B. I mean,
all right, I'm sorry.
Big dope.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Brian, what are you smoking cigarettes? Yeah, listen to you. John,
No.
John, why don't you do your AC/DC impression? Go ahead.
Which one? What was I singing? No, Freddie was saying the whole argument. Freddie was saying that Freddie was saying that you sound like Bon Scott. I don't think so.
Well, you know,
which impression?
Of course, he sounds like Bon Scott. That's not a bad thing. They wanted to keep the sound of the.
I don't think they sound.
What are you? Are you insane?
So tell us what Brian sounds like and then do Bon Scott.
I'm not
Sing
gonna.
like Brian.
Let me see. All right, sing like Brian. Do the difference now. How does Brian sing?
All right, I'm trying to think what I did.
You sang pretty quick before.
I know. What song did I do before?
I wasn't in there. What did you do? Highway to Hell?
Yeah, that's the one.
Highway to hell! I'm on a highway to hell! Turn up the drums! Texas! Yeah, Texas!
Now, who was that?
Hey, Brian? That's pretty good, right?
That was Brian?
Who was that?
Yeah, that's Brian.
That's Brian? Now,
Bon Scott is...
I'll tell you a story about a woman I know. Got to love it. Steal the show. Ain't exactly pretty. Ain't exactly small. Now 2,266. You can see she's got a lot.
Right? Am I right? Pretty close. Pretty close.
Pretty good.
See it? You know.
Brian, you do it. Let me hear how you do it. Seriously, you do it.
It's too early.
No, just do a little of it. Do it a second. Go ahead.
Which one?
Do Highway to Hell. Go ahead. Do that.
I'm going to tell you a story.
No. Do it the way you do it. Do the screaming. Do that stupid screaming. Come on, man. I love it. Go ahead. I love when you
Let's talk
scream.
about Sinead O'Connor instead.
That screaming's got to take. It's got to just take the life out of you.
It's fun, but it's more of an instrument than a voice. I mean, people call it. It's not, definitely not singing, but it's more of an instrument within the band. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying.
Do you?
Who knows?
You do?
I don't know.
You understand me, do you?
I understand what you're saying. In other words,
What a guy. What a guy.
You don't call yourself like a singer. You see yourself more as an instrument in the band.
Basically,
Huh?
That's what he's saying.
Okay.
I understand that.
It's pretty topical.
Brian has always said of his own voice, he says, I can't believe the sound that comes out of me. He says, I can't believe anyone's paying me to do it, but I'm happy that people enjoy it, and that's the end of
Well,
it.
how did you get the job then?
Oh, lots of bribes. I was just
Did you audition?
Yeah, I went down. I went down with the boys. Just had a sing with him. Walked in, had a sing.
And what were you doing before that? You were just hanging around?
I just had a little band up in Newcastle in the north of England, and I had a regular job.
So you left those dudes.
You left your stupid band and you went to a real band, AC/DC.
What are those guys doing now?
Oh, yeah.
They still got their stupid jobs.
I think they're still playing around in the pubs and the clubs.
Right, but they have real jobs too.
Yeah.
They got real jobs.
They're pretend musicians.
Yeah.
So you went on. Were they pissed when you left the group and you joined AC/DC?
No, they were happy for us,
Sure.
How did you tell them? How did you tell them? You walked in and you said, look, I've gotten a job offer.
I was gentle. I said, bye, guys. And
that was the end of it. That's got to be the great. I would love to have a tape recording of all the guys, all the singers who go in and tell their bands that they're leaving. I would love to have a tape of that when they break the news to
Hey,
them.
hang on a minute. What's with the singer stuff? What about drummers and guitar?
Do you ever write home and goof on them? Like, hey, man,
Or
look
go
at me.
through town in a Rolls Royce or something.
Yeah, and where I come from, if you did that, you wouldn't last very long, to be quite honest.
And joining AC/DC, were you instantly a millionaire? I mean, did that entitle you to a lot of things?
No, it wasn't.
Did they cut you in for a full split?
Yeah, that's
Right
a good
away?
question. Do you get a full split right away when you join? Like, Bon Scott dies and you go, hey, listen, guys, I can make this band happen. Without Bon, you guys are nothing.
Yeah.
Do you hold them up for a big ransom? Do you say, hey, I want to be an equal partner in this? I want a percentage of the royalties, even on albums I didn't partake in, because I have to go out and perform live? What do you do? How did you handle your business?
First joined the boys and all that, and I
Right.
remember the manager came up to us and he said, I can offer you $300 a week.
Real? Is that true?
Which was more money than I'd seen in my life in
Right.
my hands at one given
Did he
time.
make you sign a contract?
No, he said, I'll tell you what, let's see if it works for 6 months, and if it works for 6 months, well, it's fine. If not, we'll both go our separate ways, which I think is the best thing to do.
And then you went out and you took this deal for $300 a week.
Yeah.
And then you go into the studio, you record an album.
Yeah.
When you record the album's a big hit. Were you still getting $300 a week?
No.
No.
What, you think I'm dumb? Get out of here.
I don't know. I got to find out about you. How often do I see you? I see you once a year, maybe.
Yeah, I saw you the other week, actually.
You ought to send postcards. Let me send the postcard to your old band. We'll go, Dear Old Band, Paris is nice. How's happy hour at Joe's Bar?
We don't have happy hours.
Signed Brian Johnson.
We
Love
don't have
Brian.
happy hours in Newcastle. What's the
Well, what
matter
is
with
it, Gary?
You know what's an interesting part of the story? You know what the album was
Yeah.
that the first album he did with them
Yeah.
was Back in Black.
That's
It was
right.
the album that sold, I don't know.
Which was bigger than any AC/DC album ever.
75 billion or something. I'd sold a lot. We did it in about 6 weeks.
And you got a
That
full
was nuts.
and you got a full percentage of that album.
Oh, yeah, I wrote
I think
it
that's
with
what
the boys,
Robin's driving at when she
Right.
asked you that question.
Oh, absolutely. I wrote it with the boys, you know.
Oh, so you write with him too? It's not like you just come in and sing.
Yeah, you know, that was part of
So
the
you
fun.
really helped them. You proved your worth to the band, and then they had to cut you. And then you became a millionaire. Am I correct? And what'd you do? Did you
Yeah.
hire an accountant?
Of course, we
You have an accountant, and what else you got? A lawyer?
Yeah,
Business
same. I think
separate?
I've got the same lawyer as you.
Is that right?
I'm going to have to sack him. How much was that?
And you got a look how happy you are. Huh? Is
Yeah,
that-
just did a
look at you.
barrel of laughs.
You're happy. You know why he's happy? He can't help it. He
He
got
hit
so
the
much money.
lottery.
He hit the lottery.
Yeah, I had a good time.
So what you're saying is it's almost like you're in the band now. Now that you've
well, it takes a while, you know.
it took a while, right? They always treated you.
You got to sort of ease
Is
yourself.
it true they
in
treated
just a
you?
little-
Is it true they treated you like an outsider in the band until Back in Black became a big hit, and then they said, "Hey, he's one of us." Is that
They
true? Tell the
adopted
truth.
Actually, I got to be honest. Yeah, when I first joined that band, those guys made me feel so much at home.
Really?
Really, from the minute I walked in, they said, "Listen, bad things happened. You know,
Yeah.
we've lost a good friend."
Bon died. How did Bon die again? Tell everybody.
Bon had just one of them, unfortunate things that happened. You know, asphyxiation and all that. Which
He
was
drank too much.
Asphyxiation.
you know, it was an unfortunate thing. You know,
And he
drank-
It could
he
happen to
threw
it.
up.
You threw up.
And he froze.
Let me get this straight, Robin, because I didn't remember this. You're saying Bon puked
Yeah.
when he was
out
drunk.
in a car.
He was in a car.
He'd been drinking.
He'd been drinking in the car.
I guess he drank before he got in the car.
Was he driving the car?
Guys.
Brian, we got to. What do you mean enough?
Enough already.
Come on, we're all adults here. Let's get into it. What do
Yeah.
you care? You got the job. If he didn't vomit himself, you would have been. You'd still be with that dumb
That's
band
right,
of
you'd
yours,
be playing those pubs in Newcastle.
sitting home beating off to your regular job. Now listen to me.
I like you, Howard.
This is a-
You're as sick as I am.
That guy puked you rich. All right, Robin, why don't we all calm down? Now we're getting into the real news.
Yeah.
Brian is here. He's promoting something. We're going to find out what it is. We're going to find out about the puke. And after that, we'll get back to news. Right after these words.
Hello, my dear. Zachary here on 92.3 K-Rock. Now I ask you, how does one end?
And about the spit.
All right, listen to me. Iowa
Good
makes
football team. Yeah.
Yes, Iowa makes great stereo equipment. They have made something called the Minimax, the 350 Minimax. It's the size of a small microwave oven. It sits on a desktop. This thing has sound. You put an AC/DC record on in there, and you just blast it. There is no distortion. You can put 3 CDs in at the same time. Take 2 of them out while the third one's playing. This is how great the Minimax is.
Sounds like David Copperfield.
That's right. It really does. The Iowa Minimax. Minimax. And it is great for anybody who loves great music and great quality.
Oh, dear, he can't take it.
350 Minimax. Minimax. Say it. Say Minimax.
Minimax.
Yeah. There you go. You like that when they read. Say it again. Watch. See what happens.
Minimax.
Go ahead. Try it one more time.
No, thank you.
350 Minimax.
Those guys are getting closer.
There you go. All right. Anyway, we are sitting here with Brian Johnson. The reason that Brian is here, let's get right to it. The reason Brian is here is that AC/DC has put out a live album. Now, as far as I know, you guys have never put out a live
This is
album
the
before.
first.
It's the first with me. They had one out in 78 with Bon, which was called If You Want Blood.
All right, let me hear a little. Let me just hear a sampling of that, because let's face it, that's what you're here for. As much fun as you have. You're on a promotional visit.
It's a record. It's a
And
good
it's-
record.
The single off of it is the live version of Highway to Hell.
All right, let me hear this.
All right, Robin.
In light of John's impression.
I love this.
Sounds like the crowd
good
at
already.
our video lesson.
Yeah. A concert. I mean, are you like totally wasted and you can't talk for a week?
No, I guess I'm just lucky. Because we do 5-6 gigs a week. What are
If
you
I
talking
did that once, the way you're saying,
Just this morning, if you did it once, how long would it take you to get back on the air?
how long? How long does a AC/DC show usually run? About an hour and a half, hour?
No, 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours
20.
you crank like that.
2 hours 20 minutes. Something like that.
What?
And we don't even
you do
have a
that?
drum solo.
Let me hear you do
I
that.
can't even
Thank
do that.
God.
I'm trying to think. What is that
Thank
sound?
God you don't have a drum solo. I want to vomit when I hear those drum solos.
I can't do that.
Jelly good. That's a good. You know? You sure you're not sitting on something?
Here comes my chorus.
On the highway to hell. I said a highway to hell. I said a highway to hell.
Man, how was that, Robin? You know, that wasn't bad.
You're not, it doesn't have the same kind of character.
You don't think that was good? Hey, Fred, come on.
It was.
I shocked myself.
It was what, Fred?
It was approaching a moment. It was close.
Approaching a moment.
I think it was good.
Bingo.
Way to hell, you think that's good?
That's not bad.
Oh, you.
You got to use a little bit more.
Just do it to me once. Just let me see you do it, then I can imitate it.
What?
Let me see you do it.
Howard, man, it's 9:45 in the
Are you
morning.
sure you're the
What's
lead
matter
singer,
with
AC/DC?
You got to be nighttime. You got
How'd you get?
kids there, the
How'd you get?
atmosphere,
How'd
know
you
what I
get so raspy? Was that yelling at your wife?
Probably, the ex-wife, you mean?
Oh yeah.
Now, wait a minute. I got to find out about that. Now, when you got hooked up with AC/DC, were you married?
I was married.
Yeah, he dumped the band and he dumped the wife. You're damn right. Because all of a sudden you started getting a lot of beautiful girls, right?
Welcome to the 90s.
Right. What were you married to? Some housefrau, and then all of a sudden you took off, and then what happened?
Nah, we were living apart at the time.
Oh, really?
So
How soon did you give her the axe once you got an AC/DC?
Immediately.
Immediately.
Did she ever want to get? At that time, she wanted to get back with you. You with AC/DC?
Yeah.
Oh, honey, I love you.
I don't think she really knew who they were at the
Oh,
time.
really?
She was definitely one of those sort of Richard Marx type fans. You know, anything that was sort of gooey and...
Oh, I see. I see.
Poor Richard will be destroyed.
I tell you.
Hey, what about so what was she, like a friggin' barmaid or something? You know what I mean? Just one of these, a barmaid, right? I met her.
You know her. You bum.
Was she working in a bar somewhere?
She did work in a bar, yeah.
Yeah, and that was pretty good. You know, hey, for a guy who was just hanging around, that was pretty good. That was pretty nice.
She was a good chick.
You'd probably still be
Yes,
married to her if AC/DC hadn't taken you on.
Well, she had the big gross and bumpins and all that stuff that barmaids have, you know.
You're telling me that if Bon Scott hadn't puked all over himself and died, you would still be married to that housefrau.
You know, the best part about the story, though, is that he did it, and then he froze.
What do you mean he froze?
He was in a car. It was
Yeah.
cold.
Go ahead.
He stops the car, throws up all over himself, or
Yeah.
runs into something. I don't know how the car stopped, but he was just left there,
Is he still there?
asphyxiated on the side of
Is
the
he still
road.
frozen in his own vomit? I bet you Brian killed him.
You know, everybody's screaming about death with dignity. This was Bond's choice.
Really?
He chose to throw up all over himself and freeze.
Actually, Bonds now is there's a couple of things. People want to make a movie about his life and
Yeah.
all that. There's 2 books coming out on him. His grave is visited, I think, by about 50 to 100 people daily.
Really?
In Australia.
Yeah.
I mean, a man is held in such esteem. It's amazing that you get all these big idols that go, and Bond was relatively, sort of at the time. AC/DC were just coming up.
Right.
Do you call him...
They're just coming on, but we still talk about Bond in the bus.
Right.
Like he's still there.
Sure you do. I bet you don't send many residuals, I'll tell you that. Hey, let me tell you something. You know what I don't call him Bon Scott, I call him Vom Scott. Vom. Because after the vomit. Let me tell you something. There's no worse way to die than to die choking on your own vomit, to be found in your car frozen with the vomit. Frozen out of you, like a frozen moment. You ever see those frozen moments?
Help.
Hey.
Help.
Brian, you ever seen those the frozen moments? So, I mean, as soon as you read that in the paper, you
Bit
just
of respect, guys.
you
Bit of
scooted right
respect
down
here
to.
for
All
the
right, we
family.
should be respectful, but
For
let's
the
face it,
family.
we're happy. You know what? He probably wouldn't have done our show, so we're happy. You know, I'll be honest with you. I'm happy Bon Scott vomited all over himself. I know you don't feel that way, but I do.
That chicken foghorn leghorn.
Yeah, that's it. Foghorn Leghorn.
Oh, Miss Prissy. That's what it sounds like. I knew I recognized.
You're good, man. You're good. I love you.
Yeah, that's the sound.
I love you, you son of a bitch. Yeah, that's right. That's it.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Hey, you know what? You know what, Brian? Before you go, I got to tell you something. This is an inside tip. Robin told me this. I heard Bono of U2 is feeling nauseous. You might want to go hang out with U2.
No, thank you. I still don't get that.
Really?
I still don't get it.
What, U2?
No, I still don't get it.
Me neither.
I don't get it.
Me
I know,
neither.
I know it's mathematically perfect, but I sit and listen and I just don't get it.
I don't get it either, Robin.
There you go.
What are you supposed to do?
I don't get U2. AC/DC I get. I don't get U2.
It's not, it's, everybody has their own personal thing about music. It's just, it's put together like mathematics and it's all wonderfully perfect. And, personally, I just don't get it. I cannot figure it out. And I know it's good.
And you're a brilliant man, Brian.
Brian, what happened when John Lennon was shot? Why were you not immediately at the Beatles' door? I don't understand something.
How did you miss that
Were
opportunity?
you sleeping that day, or?
I was out of there.
Holy cow! I just heard John Lennon shot. Has
Where's
anybody?
the auditions?
Where's the auditions for the new band? The hell is that?
Hello, Paul. Give me a try.
Hendrix choked on his own vomit? Hello? Hello, who's
Mama
this?
Cass. I was at Mama Cass. I missed out on that one.
I thought you were going to be in the Mamas and the Papas. I was actually...
Karen Carpenter, where
Yeah.
were you?
Weren't you almost in the Carpenters? Is that a true story?
I was working.
Hello, is this hello, is this Karen's brother? Richard Carpenter. Listen, I'm in a little pub here, a little band. I got a little house for our wife. I'm looking to dump her. How about me and you taking to the road?
I can do any of the songs.
Hey, Brian says he's got a...
Guys, can I come out with you on a Friday night when you're gone drinking?
Yeah.
It's just love to get kicked out the bars with you guys.
What about Sinead O'Connor? What do you know about her? What's her story? She's a lanceman of yours?
What?
Fellow countryman?
No, she's from Ireland.
Where the hell are you from again? I forget.
I'm from Newcastle in the north of England.
I see.
But I've got a good Sinead O'Connor story. I've got to tell you this one. It's a cracker.
And after that story, tell the story how when you called, what's his name, Colonel Parker, and asked him if you could fit into Elvis's clothes. Hello, Colonel. This here, Brian Johnson here.
Not going to leave this alone.
I'm wondering if they're going to be an Elvis audition.
No, don't, because I'll swear loudly.
Now, go ahead. What happened with Sinead O'Connor? What happened?
Anyway, this Irish TV company were going to do a live on-the-air interview with her. But before they got together with Sinead O'Connor, they got a fax saying all the questions that they couldn't ask. They couldn't ask about the Frank Sinatra thing.
Right.
They couldn't ask about the bald head.
Yep.
They couldn't ask about the Pope or religion. They had a whole list of things not to ask.
Exactly.
And of course, the Irish people have got a great sense of humour. So she was sitting there, and the guy came in and he said, "Hey, Baldy, how's Frank getting on?"
That's great.
and just walked straight out.
That's great.
That's great.
Just the cream of the crop. And he sort of sat out, and then he just turned around and walked out.
Hey, you bald bitch, Frank Sinatra. What do you know about him? I love that.
Fabulous story.
That is really good.
No, but it's true. I mean, it happened in Irish TV.
Oh, that's great. Listen,
I wish I had tape of that.
I want to thank
You
Brian.
gotta be able to dish. You gotta be able to take it if you're gonna dish
There
this
you
stuff
go.
out,
There
know?
you go.
I want to
So I'm gonna
thank.
start on you next. So Howard,
What, I'm about
now
to
listen,
thank you.
Oh, you're gonna thank us.
I'm going to thank you now, for God's
I've
sakes.
been
Let me do
thanked
it.
so much in my life.
What are you doing? You working out with weights? Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, you look good.
He's been taking care of himself.
Yeah, you're not drinking, are you? All right, Brian Johnson of AC/DC. I want to thank him for coming in here, first
Thanks,
of all.
guys.
The new album is a live compilation.
Mm-hmm. It's
From-
not one concert. It's a number of concerts.
It's a number of concerts.
from around the world.
And what I am going to do at the end of the program today, Robin, I am going to play all of the AC/DC songs.
You're going to play the whole album.
You cannot. It's 2.5 hours long. You'll be.
No, but I'll sample through it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because I
If
love
you
all
want-
these songs. Yeah! I'll be doing my own concert.
Oh, dear.
I'm leaving.
What else you got on?
I'm going with you.
What else you got on here?
So wait a minute. Have you gotten a new wife now?
I'm not going to talk about it.
Did you get a new wife? Did you get a new
make me
wife?
broke? Get out of here.
Did you get a new wife?
I'm not telling you. What?
Are you divorced again?
No.
What do you got, a model?
No.
Huh?
Well,
You
I think she
son
is.
of a bitch. You got a model?
Yeah.
Look at you.
I love the woman.
Yeah?
What's not to love?
How old is she? What is she, about 23?
No.
How old?
She's about 40.
Really?
Yep. I got you stumped.
Did you bang Bond's wife too? Huh?
How much did you move into his life?
Enough.
Where's the audition for Bond's wife? Let me hear a little Back in Black. I just got to hear what
Yeah,
it sounded
okay.
like live.
Jeez, I'm going to throttle this guy. What a sickie.
It's hard to be mad at me when I'm playing your record, you know what I mean?
But I totally love you, Howard. You are a guy.
There we go. Listen to that sound, huh?
Where are the other guys? How come we never meet them?
Yeah, why don't the other dudes ever come in? That little freak with the shorts on.
Angus.
Angus.
He's in Australia. Too far to come for the morning, you know.
What's the thing with the
That's Scotland. That was in Glasgow, and that's
What's the thing with the guy? What is that supposed to be? The Satan on the back cover?
no,
here?
that's Angus. It's a blow up.
Oh, is it? Looks like Satan with the horns, right? That's the little devil stuff, right?
Yeah,
You
the
guys
little-
aren't into that.
the
This
little-
is Selfie Records.
Oh, I devil worship myself right
Oh, do
through
you?
every weekend. That's so wonderful.
yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Right, you do. Wait a second.
What are you doing over there?
I don't know. I can't queue up to number 3. Hold on. It won't pause.
Why don't you buy in Iowa?
Well, I can do this.
You sure?
Yeah, I can handle it, Robin.
Guys, I wish you could see this man. He's all fingers and thumbs here. And I thought he was a professional.
You don't think I can handle
Jesus.
this? Yeah, watch this. Listen to you. Haka Louie on the stage. Gret. Listen to you, man. You're in heaven.
I'll tell you a funny story when you finish this, man. When we're off the air.
All right.
It's a good one.
That's it. There you go. Look at you. You still sound good, damn it.
That's a guitar. I went.
Oh, that's a guitar? I thought that was you. My ears are pretty shot. You wear earplugs on stage?
No.
No? No.
Paramount Pictures yesterday after only 15 months in the office. Now, he said that the reason he was leaving was because his daughter, his 9-year-old daughter, Calla, who was in a car accident back in 1991, is getting to a critical stage of her rehabilitation.
Right.
And she's being treated down in New Orleans. And he feels that he needs more time to be with her during this critical phase of her recovery.
Yeah, Brandon Tartikoff had a car accident with his daughter in the car.
Right.
And then the kid was like in a coma for a while.
For a long time.
Is she like recovered? I mean, you know.
No. She's still in hospitals.
Wow.
So that's what he's talking about, that she's now hitting some critical stage in the recovery period, and he wants to be there. He needs more time with his family. I mean, they're not even in state. He's out in Los Angeles. They're in New Orleans, and he's been commuting back and forth. But, you know, whenever a person steps down from a job like this, rumors avail that they were either forced out or getting out just before they were forced out, and that's exactly what's happening here.
I believe that to be true. Brandon Tartikoff, I don't think was perceived by Paramount as having the ability to pick hit pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And although under his...
in his reign,
he had Wayne's World.
True, and Patriot Games.
Patriot Games, that's the one with Harrison Ford?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I think there was an overwhelming sense of doom.
This summer he came out with 1492 and School Ties, though. So.
Yeah, and I never even heard of those.
They were pretty big flops.
1492?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
That was one of those Christopher Columbus movies.
Oh, I see. 1492, right.
Very good, Howard.
Oh, I thought that was the price of the video cassette. Oh, okay. And the other one was School
Ties, about a Jewish kid who went to a prep school back in the 50s and was discriminated against because he was a Jew.
Sounds like a happy movie. Sounds like a family picture. You know, ironically, the movie 1492 actually made $14.92. So it was very accurate in its name. That's what I thought the title was, $14.92.
Well, now there are rumors swirling around that he, in combination with some other people, may be interested in buying NBC from GE. But people speculate that he's not going back to NBC. He's finished there.
Yeah, I think he's made enough money that he can just sit at home there and mellow out. I'll tell you, he did not look happy or well. He was doing a series of interviews on TV around a book he'd written.
Right, he just wrote a book.
And the man did not look healthy, to me. I mean, he didn't look like he was having a good time. He looked like he was cracking from the stress. You know who would make an excellent head of Paramount Studios?
Who?
Jackie the Joke Man Martley. No, I would make an excellent head of Paramount Studios, and I'll tell you why. I am one of those people who has the rare gift to read a script and know if it will be a hit.
Now, how many hits have you predicted?
How many scripts have I read that later on became hit movies?
That's exactly what I just asked you.
3.
Name them.
Okay. The first one that I predicted was John Hughes' film...
Easy Pick?
No, that was not the name of the picture. Embarrassed to say, I also picked 1492. No. I can read a script and know if it'll be a hit.
Well, let's start doing this now, as opposed to telling me in hindsight.
Okay,
what
I'll tell you
picked.
what script that I read that's going to make money.
All right, give it to me
Okay,
now.
I'll tell it to you now, and it's going to come out in a couple of months.
All right.
And I don't know what studio's making it. I read it a few months ago, and I said they asked me to be in it, and I said no, but I must tell you that this will be a hit. It's just not right for me. And the name of it is called, I think it's Loaded Weapon. It's a comedy.
It's one of those...
It's like an airplane ripoff.
type movies. We were talking to, what's his name, Corey Feldman about it the other day.
I read the script. It'll make money.
All right, let's see now.
Well, there you have it.
Loaded Gun. Let's see how it
Loaded
goes.
Weapon, I think it's
Loaded
called.
Weapon?
Yeah.
Well, what else? Don't pick something easy. Give me something nobody,
All right.
nobody's ever seen before.
Okay, there's something I just read called The Adventures of Brian Johnson. It's a...
Will you, babe?
It's about a guy in AC/DC who's doing
a movie you're making.
It opens up, he takes a picture with a well-known female celebrity, and he feels her breasts rubbing against his chest, and he's drawn to say something obscene. In fact, it just happened in here during the commercials when we were taking pictures.
Just shot a scene from
Yeah, I just shot one of those scenes. In fact, you're in the movie, Robin.
Thank you.
No, let me think of something that I've read that is very, very good. Okay, I gave you the Loaded Weapon. What else? There's not a lot of good scripts around. I can tell you 20 bombs that they're going to make, but I know a couple of movies that are being made that are horrible. There is a script that I read that was very good called there's a Steven Spielberg project in the works that's going to be very big that I read, but I read it before, I heard about it before Steven Spielberg. But I don't know if I can say the name of it.
So far, I'm not impressed.
Well, I can't. Well, how can I tell you what the scripts are? You don't even know what they are.
You could give me names, and then we could sit and wait for those movies.
I gave you one, Loaded Weapon.
One. I said,
I read it a year ago.
Well, why didn't you tell us then?
I did. I told everyone then that's going to be a hit. I called the film studio. I said that's going to be a hit, but I just don't want to be in it.
Well, then have some, has this happened before?
And by the way, it's in an Emilio Estevez. Yeah, it happened. I read a John Hughes script. How many scripts do I get? And then I read a...
well, you're the one who says you should be the head of Paramount Pictures.
Well, test me. You just give me a bunch of scripts and I'll tell you which ones will be hits. What do you want from me? I'm telling you, I can pick hits.
Oh,
I'm in touch with the American public.
I know that. I just wondered. So, you make these allegations, you should have something to back them up.
Well, I don't. I don't have anything to back them up, all right? It's just a feeling that I have that I'd be the greatest president Paramount Studios ever had.
Okay.
And I can make family pictures. I know what I'm doing. And Robin, by the way, wouldn't be bad for you if I became the president of Paramount.
Absolutely not. But Howard, I just don't want you to be embarrassed. I don't want you to go do something and then have to come back here.
No, I couldn't do any worse than Brandon Tartikoff.
Well...
I read a script a couple of years ago, which I turned down. It was by a Polish filmmaker called Robin Hood Discovers America. And I believe that's going to be...
You said that wasn't going to go.
I said it wasn't going to go, and I was right.
Well, anyway, what
There's a script going around now called The Nasty Newswoman, who makes fun of me when I make a prediction. And I'm working on marketing that right now. And I got a role in that for you.
I wonder what part I play.
There's a script I read 3 weeks ago called A Day in the Life of Donald Trump's Penis.
Which is a very happy film.
Which will be a big hit, a good family picture.
Good family picture?
Yes. Believe it or not, it's handled tastefully.
Oh. It was funny because when Marla Maples was on Oprah Winfrey yesterday, what was she saying? Is she saying she's still with the Donald?
Yeah, it was taped right before, 2 days before they broke up. Isn't that funny? It's funny watching that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't figure out what was going on there.
She's on there going, I love Donald. I think he's great, this and that and the other thing.
He's a very loving man. That's what people don't see.
But it's funny because they broke up now.
And he's in the paper with every blonde he can find in America.
Damn right, and I would be too.
I couldn't figure that out because she was saying such wonderful things about him. So anyway.
Yep.
And did you see Rod Steiger?
I didn't see. I haven't seen him on this, but I've seen him in some.
Well, you know what he's doing now. He and Dick Cavett have that all locked up. That whole depression thing.
I'm depressed. I took something for it. I'm glad I did.
And Oprah, I was so bad off I didn't even feel sorry for myself.
Yeah, I got the violins. What a great actor he was.
He was.
Yeah. What else you got there, Robin?
What can you say now?
I'm thinking of putting him in a movie when I become president of Paramount. I'm going to bring him back.
Yeah? You got a project for
Yeah,
him?
it's called Trip to the Unknown, a visit to Fred Norris's apartment. And Rod Steiger.
The man for the job?
Yeah, he plays Fred Norris. And it's wild. It's wild because everyone who goes in there never comes out alive.
Well, anyway, what they say happened at Paramount was that Brandon and the heads of Paramount Studios never really warmed up to each other.
No, Brandon is good at picking the stupid TV show.
Yeah, they say he didn't make that transition very well from TVs to movies.
It's a very difficult transition to make. I should know. I'm in the middle of making it. But
oh, dear.
I was on a conference call last night.
Yes?
With the executive producer of my film. And the studio heads, two of the studio heads, and of course the two writers.
And what happens in those conference calls?
We had originally met to discuss a treatment that was being developed. The idea was pitched to me. I thought it was an interesting idea. And then in the phone conversation, we went to them and we asked them to go back and develop certain storylines, and they are now in the middle of doing that. And they called to tell us their progress and to feed us some of the storyline they had. And then
so far, so good?
And then the conversation degenerated into talking about your breasts, as usual.
Stop it.
Of course. Always. In the middle of business, always. Everyone brings up you and those beautiful cans.
That's ridiculous.
I'm sick of it. Everything with you. What about me?
Can't get away from me. Huh?
Those breasts. No, that was the conversation. And then we heard the pitch, and then we all hung up, and everyone's thinking about what they said.
Oh.
Was very creative.
Go sleep on it, huh?
Had to go sleep on it, that's right. First I threw my wife out of the bedroom, and then I went to sleep on it. But I felt very important, sitting there listening to other people trying to create while I sat back and evaluated. I love that. I love that. Let me tell you something. I'm always the guy being evaluated. Hey, guys, I got a great idea. Oh, yeah, what's the idea? Here, all right, here's another one. Here's a great idea. So it was nice to sit and listen to other people bomb. great. That's the best part of all this. What else you got there, Robin?
Well, it says right here in this article that someone faxed to me today that a new study estimates that as many as 15% of all cases of impotence are caused by injury during intercourse.
That is a lie.
And the chief author of the study is recommending that men practice what he calls defensive sex.
You're kidding me. What are they talking about?
I guess women are hurting you guys.
What are they doing?
Apparently, pressure or abnormal bending
Right. Let me tell you how you get that.
during sex can result in chronic impotence.
I hope I can talk about this because I think this is a public service.
Well, this is a health story.
Okay. You ever try a weird thing where the woman's on top, except the woman isn't facing you? She's looking at at your feet?
Right, yeah.
That'll break it. I've had some severe pressure put on mine.
It's an abnormal bend.
So, have you ever tried that?
Sure.
Am I right?
Sure.
It's real dangerous.
It can be accomplished. I mean,
Yeah, sure. Anything can be accomplished, but I find it very uncomfortable, and I sometimes, the woman doesn't realize what she's doing.
It's her fault.
Well, yeah,
You
because
decide
you're
she
under her
should turn
total
around.
control. Excuse me. You're under her total control.
Yeah.
And
you can't speak up?
No, you do. I'm always like, oh, this is uncomfortable. Forget it.
it's like bending a tree limb the wrong way.
You bet. Thank you,
Wow.
Jackie. Beautiful.
I just have to alert everyone that these kind of things are happening.
And you can break your penis, can't you, Robin?
Well, it's not actually a break because you're not dealing with a bone there.
Oh, with mine you are. You come over here, I'll show you some little treat.
That's what happened to that guy. Remember that guy we had?
What guy?
What? The guy that we had on the air.
Who guy?
Who broke himself.
Who was that?
Don't you remember we had the guy on the air, the girl that owns Jimmy's Comedy Alley, her brother-in-law, the guy that we spoke to? He missed,
Yeah.
and he broke the
Oh,
vein.
yeah, that's right. Ooh.
Right, but that's not
That's what you're
breaking
talking-
a
Hey, Jackie, you shut your mouth, all right?
male
Yeah.
organ.
Yes, it is. That's what we're talking about here.
That's a vein.
Yeah,
It's out of commission.
yeah. No, he
That-
broke his penis.
Yeah, that's.
Well, what they do? Put it in a splint?
This is exactly what you're talking about.
exactly what
and
you're
he
Right, but does he have this problem now?
no, now he's cured. Now he healed up, right?
I
The guy
hope
from
so.
Jimmy's. Yeah.
We didn't follow up on that story.
I don't know how much.
Jackie, you follow up this weekend. All right, go ahead, Rob. What
So
else
anyway, also in the news, of course, is the verdict in the Crown Heights murder case, the case of Yankel Rosenbaum, a young yeshiva student who was walking home in the wrong place at the wrong time on the night that angry rioters went through the streets there after a traffic accident. He wound up paying for what I guess the neighborhood thought was an injustice. And yesterday, a jury came back with a not guilty verdict against
Unbelievable.
Limerick Nelson.
Limerick Nelson walks the streets. Limerick Nelson had a knife in his hand. He had the blood type. It was the exact blood match of this kid, Yankel Rosenbaum. He confessed to doing it, and he... what was the other piece of evidence?
The blood matched,
Blood matched. He had a knife in his hand. He confessed to doing it.
and that was it.
And also, and he was
Yankel
Yankel identified him
as
before he
his-
died.
As his attacker.
And a minority jury decided to let
well,
this guy go.
once again, you don't know all the evidence in the case. You weren't
Right.
there when it was presented
Okay.
to the jury. I do understand that there was some discrepancy as to whether Yankel actually made an ID or not.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Sounds
And
fishy
the
to
other
me.
part of the case was that he didn't testify or confess on videotape, so it was only the officer's word that he had confessed, and he said he did not. And the jury believed him and not the officers.
My guess is that most people who are...
Well, this is speculation, let's just point out.
yeah, my guess is... That's what I said, it's my guess. My guess is that the jury, of course, was not super intellectual. Most people who sit on juries are people who have a lot of free time. Anybody happening knows how to get out of jury duty. Let's not kid ourselves. And there is a racial issue now. Now we don't have such things as... we have a very weird phenomenon. When a black jury is sitting there and a Puerto Rican jury, minority jury, they identify with this kid, and they said, hey, let's let him loose. But, okay, listen, you're letting him loose in your own community, so Do what
God
you want.
bless you.
God bless you. Good luck. Good luck if you think that was the way to go. Well, you won't see a lot of Jews rioting in the streets, though, over this decision.
Won't see any, I don't think.
No,
Might
you
see
won't.
Some protesting.
It's a weird decision. I tell you, justice has gone wacky. And, of course, let's remind you of the irony as this kind of junk goes on. The FCC spends tons of money going after me. When perhaps
we're the real bad people.
Yeah, we're the bad people. They let criminals walk around, alleged criminals walk around. And they certainly aren't letting me off the hook.
A judge ordered Woody Allen yesterday to stay away from his adopted daughter, Dylan.
Gee, now there's a good idea.
A state Supreme Court justice also directed Allen to stay away from her school.
Anybody who watches Woody Allen's movies knows that this guy is a pathetic individual. He's a very, very, very sad guy. Let's face it.
When you go back to all those old movies, he was almost telegraphing this.
Hey, you never got to hear my father spout off about the FCC.
No, I did not, but let me just finish about Woody Allen.
Yeah.
The decision is in response to Allen's attempts this month to set up parent-teacher conferences about Dylan.
What is he doing? Just leave me alone. Forget about Dylan.
Well, you know they're still in a custody battle over 3 children. But the judge said it was inappropriate for Allen to try to get information about the child while there's an impending investigation going on that involves allegations of sexual abuse.
There's a guy, he's dating his ex-girlfriend from 12 years, almost his wife, woman he adopted children with. He's dating her daughter. A woman who, whether Woody knows it or not, looks up to him as a father figure. But Woody doesn't know that. Oh, I didn't see her a lot. You were going out with Mia Farrow for 12 years. How did you not see
She
soon?
never once thought of me as a father.
Yeah. Hey, let me get my dad on the phone.
Well, let me just tell you that
Yeah.
the judge also ordered Allen to preserve a letter that may be key in his custody fight with Farrow over the 2 adopted children, Moses and Dylan. In the letter dated February 3rd, Allen agrees to give up custody of Moses and Dylan if Farrow dies. So how much of a father was he going to be? He couldn't have the children overnight.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to take care of them in the event of her death.
Right.
I guess he was there to pay the bills.
Yeah, so what was he worried about custody for?
Yeah, really.
I want you to hear this, because I know my dad's got to go out. He's probably...
Do you have that article that you said was funny?
Yeah.
So did you talk to your father last night?
Yeah, but he said, I'll save it for the radio. I'll tell you what I think. He's learning how to do this. I probably missed him already.
Well, it seems you missed everyone.
Yep. Can't even get my own father as a guest. Oh, I got Gloria Estefan and...
Hello?
Dad.
Yeah.
You're on the air.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
All right.
What are they doing in there? They take so long to
Having some
answer the
sex.
phone.
My dad was knocking off my mom. Yeah. He's pretty horny.
Hi, what's up?
Hi. Well, I was telling Robin that you were all worked up about the FCC. You were ready to make a statement. And I figured, why waste it doing it in private when if you do it on the air? My father gets me crazy. Because, like, he starts, talking about everything. What are you doing? You're all out of breath. What, you didn't finish wiping?
Oh, stop it.
My father goes to the bathroom sometimes early. This is his time. He's very regular. I don't know. You were a little out of breath, that's all.
Well, first of all, with the FCC...
Go ahead, Dad.
They give out plenty of citations during the year.
Right.
And I was really overwhelmed that they should come out with this big a citation.
Right.
Usually, it has to do with meter readings or with logs and things like that.
Right. Usually they don't. The FCC doesn't.
Have anything to do with content.
Because it would be unconstitutional for 5 unelected officials to tell you what you could listen to.
Right. Then I also feel it's the agenda of the times. This is an easy thing to go after.
Right.
There are plenty of things that are problems. I mean, you take first of all, the citation has to do with children.
Right.
Now, there's a lot of problems with children. Child abuse. They don't bother with that.
Right.
Children, there's a lot of alcoholic children. How come when they drink, they don't cite the alcohol companies? They're smoking. Why don't they cite the cigarette companies?
FCC doesn't deal with those.
No, they don't worry about any of that. They only worry about what I'm doing.
That. I'm just saying, I'm talking about agencies.
I know. I'm getting you going.
Yeah, this is a very easy agenda.
Right.
You could single this out. There's no problem. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure this out.
Right.
You come out with an edict, and that's the end of it.
Right.
Now the children are taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. This is child protection. I mean,
There are so many problems with children in this society. First of all, from all these broken families, these children are running around. They have no protections whatsoever in society. Their children being beaten every day. They're worried about the radio, what they hear.
what about all the abuse that children are taking?
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Once they're born and nobody cares about it, there's no agency caring about it, there's no citation on that.
Right.
And that's how I feel very strongly about it.
You bring up a very good point. If a social services agency botches an investigation of child neglect or abuse,
Yes.
and the child winds up dead,
Yes.
as a result, nothing happens to them.
Nothing happens to the
Nothing
bureaucrat. Nothing happens to the bureaucrat. How do we trust 5 unelected guys to make those decisions for us?
I tell you, I feel the size of the fine that they made,
Right.
it's almost like a personal vendetta.
You bet it is.
Now, normally nobody ever finds someone that amount of money.
And we'd made the maximum offense. Everything we said was so offensive, we got the maximum fine in each case.
I only wish one newspaper would print the 11 pages of transcripts they got me up on charges for. And when you read it, you will laugh at this. This is an absolute joke.
So we must have said the worst possible things that were ever said, Howard. Do you understand that? Because
Right.
you got the maximum in each case.
Right, I must have used the F word. Go ahead, Dad.
No, and I watch these afternoon. First of all, with the children, and they claim about the time frame that you're on.
Right.
Now I know what the children's habit. Children are not listening to the radio at that time.
That's right. Their parents are supervising or they're getting ready for school, which is what they're
busy.
supposed to be doing.
I remember when you were a kid. I mean, who even had the radio on? We were so busy getting up, getting washed. I mean, until you get the kids out of bed and they rush
Right.
out of the house to catch the bus.
Till you do your ablutions.
Right. And
Exactly.
children do not sit and listen to the radio at that time. In fact, that's the best time. They come home from school.
Right.
Then they're on the radio.
Let me tell you something, Dad. I used to listen to the radio as a kid late at night when I'd lay in my room.
We all listen to
my
it.
parents thought I was asleep.
That's the hours the kids listen.
And I knew my dad was giving my mom a quick pump, and I knew I had time to listen on the radio. Right, Pop? I knew when to go for that. Yes, and let me tell you another thing. When these kids come home from school, I know my daughter runs into the TV room, puts on the TV. You know what's on? Donahue.
Oprah.
That's what I was just going to say.
My daughter was sitting, I caught her watching TV the other day. They were doing a transsexual show.
Right.
It was so graphic. I can't begin to tell you, not that I have a problem. It's my job to supervise her.
Right.
But let me tell you something. That's when the kids are not supervised. My wife and I are worn out by then.
I happened to flick through one of the afternoon shows, and this guy's talking about, I don't know, some kind of behavior. He says, this guy was staring at me in the restaurant. I went over, and I said to him, how would you like it if I farted in your face?
Right.
And this goes by. Okay, fine. What's the big deal? This goes on in the afternoon. Most kids listen in the afternoon. When I was a kid, what did I listen? I came home from school. I'd listen to Jack Armstrong or Shandu the Magician or whatever was on at that time. Never listened
Major
to
Bose or something.
Did you listen to Shandu the Magician, Dad?
Of course.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
a big time.
How old are you again?
Shandu.
Shandu.
I didn't listen to it in my house. I stood in the street where I had a radio in the street, so I would listen to it.
My father would hope that Shandu the Magician would open his window so he could hear the show. That's it, Shandu the Magician. But Magic on Radio always was a great act. I always thought.
I never understood the ventriloquism and magic on the radio.
Right. I always said Shandu should come to my father's house, not to...
Listen, I'm against all censorship, but I mean, if you look at these kiddie shows where they show violence...
Right.
Oh, these
gore,
cartoons.
I'm talking about gore.
There is a comic around, Jackie knows his name, I don't know his name, but he was telling me his act. He says, it's funny, in our society, murder is illegal, but it's okay to show it on TV.
Right.
But sex is legal.
And you can't show it.
But you can't show it on TV because it's illegal to show it on there.
Right.
Who does that?
No, it's not comedy. Gershon Legman's like a famous guy that knows all the jokes from.
Well, then
American
screw him. Who cares?
I want to tell you one last thing.
Yeah.
Your show to a child is the most boring thing in the world.
I know. Look at Fred. He can barely stay awake.
Beside Fred.
Right. It is.
Seriously.
Kids don't listen. We have done surveys.
Can't zero on. You're a bore to a child.
Right.
I mean, they're not going to listen to this talk and listen to all the stuff that goes on. You have to have an adult mind to that.
Of course. And let me tell you something. We have done surveys. We hired like the Gallup poll or one of them. We can't find kids listening to this stuff. We just can't.
You know what they listen
But
to?
they set up
listen
the
to Top 40.
regulation.
That's what I was just
Howard.
going to say. They listen to music.
This
We do.
is safe harbor time.
Yeah. This is, it's such, you know what, all I can tell you is I've been targeted here.
I definitely.
And it's a vendetta of some kind. There's some kind of hostility to me because I guess I'm successful and I'm a little wild or something. But there's something going on here, and I'm not sure what it is.
I think these guys on the FCC and the one that brought the charge are all bachelors. They don't have any kids. They don't understand how children function, that children are not interested in talk radio of any sort.
Right.
It's a boring thing for them. Otherwise, you would have 99% rating. After all, you only have a percentage. So
I don't have any teens or kids listening.
No, because the kids won't listen to you. What are they going to listen?
I try to get the kids to listen to me. They won't even. I try to.
We'd like
what do
to
you
be
think they're going to
bigger.
sit and listen for 4 hours to catch some kind of innuendo? That's ridiculous.
I know. Well,
And half of it goes over their head anyway.
exactly.
But my point is, I don't think that anything we're doing is obscene. I don't care what time of the day we're on. Anybody could listen. It's not obscene.
I'll tell you something. If a kid was exposed to this show for 4 hours a day, I still don't know what it would create. I mean, would it create a bad person?
Let me tell you another thing. They're talking about monitoring the airwaves. I was listening to this Anthony Lewis, who's a writer for the New York Times.
Right.
And he brings out the point. He says this election that's going on now, is the dirtiest thing that ever came out of a president sitting at the White House against another candidate running. All this dirty stuff that's come out, and the accusations and so forth.
Right.
Now, these are all lies that come out and innuendos and so forth and so on. Nobody sits and says, hey, what about all this stuff? Nothing at all. I mean, they zero in on not any factor, just the...
With the sex. If you mention masturbation, that's going to blow someone's mind. That's going to blow the mind.
Like Hinckley, before he shot Bradley and the president, was listening to sexual innuendo, right?
Right. Brady.
No, who shot Brady, right.
Right.
That's the way it's looked at.
Yep, you're right. You see, my father would have given me this lecture off the air. I said, do it on the air.
Let me tell you, I would have given you more off the air.
Really?
I would really
Yeah, see, he's calmed down.
Yeah, he's actually calmed down. He gets a little nervous on the air.
Last night, I was really pumped up.
I know, you were like wild. He wanted to get on the phone with me. He says, no, I'll wait till I get on the air.
And I can't believe, the last thing I want to say is, I can't believe the coverage on this thing. You know, it's really completely out of hand.
I know.
Well, if they covered it, you'd think that they'd cover it in the way you're talking about. Why are they picking on this silly thing instead of going after something that's really a problem in this country? Why is our government wasting money chasing Howard Stern?
Yeah.
No, when I started this conversation, I told you about so many citations. This is the first time I ever saw a citation that really was brought out in this manner.
$105,000 on a first offense, a radio station that's never had an offense before previously. So it's a vendetta against me.
Right. I don't know whether because it's election year, they want to show that the administration is straightforward.
Maybe.
But that's why I brought out that.
But you know that there's no equality in this. There were fines given to stations for various kinds of offenses that were really blatant.
Yeah, guys talking about
they
with the
didn't get
fists.
the maximum fine.
No, I did. I got the maximum fine because I'll tell you the truth, Dad. We have friends at the FCC, and quite frankly, someone told us there, they walked by Al Sykes, who's the chairman of the FCC, his office, and he said, let's get Stern.
I believe it.
And I'm going to tell you something. He basically said, we've got to stop the spread of Howard Stern. Now, this is his agenda. I don't know what the guy's got against me.
He's got a problem, that's all.
That's all. He's got a problem. Well,
let
it's
me
my
tell you
problem, too, I guess.
No, that's his problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people will see through this thing that this guy has a personal vendetta, and you can't put any credence in anybody like that.
Well, I'll tell you something. The president is in charge of the FCC, so I'm not voting for Bush. That's it. And I encourage my listeners to vote for Clinton.
That's all.
Get a change, that's all.
Right.
Who's your father voting for?
Clinton. He's sick of it, too.
I've been voting Republican for 24 years.
And now?
This year I'm voting for Clinton.
That's right. Well, last time you voted for Dukakis.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I voted for Bush.
You did?
Yeah.
You told me you voted for Dukakis.
No, I didn't.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I voted for Bush. I voted for Reagan 2 times. I voted for Nixon twice.
Yeah. And you're
you got
voting?
some record.
You know, you were doing good up until now.
I voted for Ford against Carter.
Right. Well, I'll tell you something.
And I voted for George Washington.
I voted for Carter, and I'll tell you it was a big mistake. And I'll tell you another thing. I voted pretty much the same way, but I've wised up.
That's right.
I got to get it changed. That's all.
You got to vote what's meaningful at the particular time. Right now, it's a meaningful thing. That's it.
That's the end of that. All right.
All right. Good to talk to you.
All right. Now you got it off your chest?
Yeah. Now I really feel bad.
Hey, that's my father, huh? You got to love him. I love the guy.
Well, he loves you, too.
That's right.
He doesn't like telling me he loves me, though.
Oh, he does,
I
too.
do, yeah.
I always, at the end of every phone conversation, say, Dad, I love you. He never says it back.
What do you say?
Never says
What
it
do
back.
you say,
He just
Ben,
says,
when he says
okay, goodbye.
Listen, Howard.
He's uncomfortable. He feels it's fake. He feels it's fake.
You don't
when
really
I say,
love your father?
No, when I say love you, he's like, oh, that's meaningless.
Is it?
Howard.
What?
I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Now, do you mean that?
I meant every word of it.
All right, Daddy.
All right, take care.
I love my daddy. There's my daddy. You know, my daddy told me at an early age, shut up and sit down. And did you notice I shut up and sit down through the whole thing?
No, only off the air.
All right. When he said I love you, I think his fingers were crossed. No, every time I call my boy, love you, Dad.
Do you really end every conversation
Always-
with love
always
you?
say, "Love
well,
you."
it is sort of meaningless if it's like goodbye.
I don't mean anything by it. It is meaningless. I just want him to say something meaningless back to me. Always seek my father's approval. Because
that's true.
my father always criticized me, called me stupid and dumb my entire life.
And he's fighting hard to keep you in this job, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't want to see me. No, my father always told me I was an idiot. I can play you tapes of it. I've done it in the past. Where's one example, Robin?
Oh, dear. I don't have the tapes with me, but they're all there. The idiot word, stupid,
Well, let me see.
moron.
Here's my father. All right, this is me at the age of 7. I went to my dad's recording studio, and this is where he told me, among numerous times, that I was a moron.
Do you feel that the United States should remain in the United Nations as a member of the United Nations? Howard?
Yes, I really do.
Is there any special reason why you feel that they should?
Well, there should be peace in all the countries, and we wouldn't want any war. Because we don't want the Japs anymore.
I told you not to be stupid, you moron.
Now that... But there was method to his madness.
He said it with love.
He said it with... Did you hear the love in his voice? You gotta love it. I swear to God, you got... Uh-oh.
Testing.
Uh-oh, there's Dad. I'll shut up.
1, 2. Now, we are now testing this out for proper modulation. As you will know, when you record, the proper modulation that is required is for the electric eye, which is a green type of tube, will open and
My dad was a
close
load
as
of
we
laughs.
record. Now I will play this back to hear the quality whether this is operating. Thank you.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. But, look,
Your father was a lot of fun.
fun guy, life of the party, but he was very uptight having a son, and he wanted me to do well in life, so he called me a moron and an idiot. Where's the moron and an idiot one?
Well, that was just the moron one. You just played.
That was the moron.
Stupid moron.
Hello, Howard. I'd like to ask you a question. How do you feel about religious services and why children should attend them? Don't shout it.
Well, you see,
I got to get this one on
say-
tape, reel-to-reel tape.
be religious. Yeah. I think you should go to it. And also, let's say, and that's all.
Ellen?
My
How do
sister.
you feel about the new Roosevelt football team?
My sister doesn't have any better answers than I do, but she gets off the hook. He never called her a moron once.
Her off easy.
Do you feel that it is a benefit educational-wise, or does it give the children that attend these games a feeling of belonging? I'd like to have your opinion.
Well, I think that the Roosevelt football team is just wonderful, and I think when people go, they really get thrills out of it, seeing their own game being played, and they won 4 games, as I recall, and I think the people are just.
You notice how nervous me and my sister are
I know.
answering
you're
my dad's
on
questions?
Pins and needles.
Oh, man, this is a family party. It's more like the McCarthy trials.
I just thrilled with the whole idea.
Thank you very much. One other question. Do you feel that the United States should remain in the United Nations as a member of the United Nations? Howard?
Yes.
By the way, we're tied to chairs during that.
I really do.
Is there any special reason why you feel that they should?
Well, there should be peace in all the countries, and we wouldn't want any war. Because we don't want the Japs anymore.
I told you not to be stupid, you moron. Ellen?
No, Ellen.
I would like to ask the same question.
Now I'm totally emasculated, you know.
So, of course, you're quiet.
Yeah.
Do you feel that the United States should remain in the UN?
Yes, because I think it's very important, and it has been doing a lot of good for the country.
Like, her answer was any better than mine. So she
But
goes,
at least you didn't laugh.
this is my dad's favorite part. I mean, this is my favorite part about my dad. my sister goes, I think, the United Nations is doing a very good job for the country. And then, of course, she has to add to it.
And the world.
And the world.
And the world.
Let me ask you another question. Now, Howard, I don't want any foolish answers from you, otherwise don't answer.
Oh, boy.
President Kennedy now is going...
7 years old.
If you're going to be foolish, don't answer.
Don't be foolish, you...
Don't be a kid.
When my father goes senile, I can't wait. I'm going to go, don't be foolish, you old fart. Because if you give me a foolish answer, I'm not going to feed you your dog food.
Around the country, asking the people to vote for Democrats. He wants more Democrats in the House of Representatives and the United States Senate.
So these questions, the candidates can't answer these questions.
Yeah, this is a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Do you think that the president is doing a wise thing in going around the country asking the voters to support him by electing Democrats? First, we will hear from Howard.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I do, because if we didn't, let's say, have Democrats, there'd be presidents, vice presidents, and where would the Democrats come in?
Oh, dear.
Ellen Stern.
Oh, did you hear the disappointment? Ellen Stern. I was vamping. I didn't understand the question,
Really?
all right?
He wanted his son to be a genius. And what kind of an answer?
He was waiting for Einstein to come out of it. Yes, I believe the Democratic Party has served the country's interests well, as the Republicans, and I think there's room in this country for many different parties. It's something intelligent. I'm 7 years old.
The two-party system makes the country strong.
And if you could only see the look of disappointment in his face when I came up with that retarded answer.
Where would the Democrats
I
be?
do agree. Well, first of all, I myself
Now my sister's all
Democrat.
befuddled. I am.
I'm a Democrat. And I think they are very good. I like the way.
Great answer. I thought my answer was better. But that's fine. She'll say something nice.
What you missed here, the point that I was trying to make, is the reason that the President of the United States is asking for more Democrats is that so that they will support his program in Congress by voting for the issues that he's interested in.
Now, how did you miss that?
What an
How
idiot.
did you miss that,
what
Howard?
a dumb 7-year-old.
Now I'll play this back.
Oh, great. Critique. Tell you, when he's in the old
I
age
thought
home.
the idea was for you guys just to have a good time
Yeah, that was
and be in the studio and hear your voices.
That was the
back
one
on
day
videotape.
we got to get out of the house. My dad would bring us into the city to his recording studio.
Or
we got,
audio tape, yeah.
and we got to have fun.
Yeah.
That was a fun day for the family. You could imagine. I wish we had tape of the days that
What
we were
were
just
the
home.
regular days like?
Why don't you ever mow the lawn, you lazy jackass? Hey, Dad, I'm a kid. Yeah, well, why don't you help your father? Okay, I'll help you. I'll go out and mow the lawn. Look at how you mow the lawn, you idiot. It's not even in a straight line. Even a moron could do it in a straight line. Tell you, when he gets senile, I'm going to put a fan in front of him and blow his drool right back into his face.
Oh, jeez, you're terrible.
My mother, of course, isn't involved. She's sitting there. She can't answer one of his questions.
She's hoping you don't turn your attention to her.
Yeah. Hey, Ma, why don't you try this one? All of yous try it. Well, what are you going to do? Anyway, Robin, let's continue.
Yes, please. There's a new birth control injection available to the U.S. now. It's Depo-Provera, Howard. A shot a woman takes every 3 months that is 99% effective at preventing pregnancy. Costs the doctor about $5 to $10 to get it, and he'll charge you $20 to $30 in his office. They say it's 99% effective at preventing pregnancy. But it can cause menstrual irregularities and weight gain. May leave women unable to conceive for a few months after it is discontinued.
What I use is Coca-Cola. I pour it in after I have sex.
How long does that work?
Works.
How long? This is a 3-month solution.
Is that right?
Yeah, you'd only have to get the shot 4 times a year.
No, you got to pour the Coca-Cola right in, right after sex.
Well, U.S. approval initially was expected in the 1970s, but was stalled on concerns the drug might raise cancer risks. Some experts feel that this is just a massive scientific experiment on the poor.
Exactly. And who cares, right?
Oh, you.
You got to experiment on someone. You experiment with people with money?
Oh, you. Do you remember Alger Hiss? Does that name mean anything to you?
It came up about 3 jokes ago. I passed on it. Alger Hiss, yeah. Sure, I remember Alger Hiss.
He was a guy who was accused of being a Soviet spy.
Yes.
And I guess Richard Nixon made a political career out of accusing this man of wrongdoing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some Soviet general and some just-released Soviet military files prove that he was never a spy.
Never a spy, and yet...
Never a spy. He was never tried for espionage, but was convicted of lying to Congress by the House Un-American Activities Committee in 1950, and he served 3.5 years in jail. And ever since, he's been trying to clear his name.
Poor man.
He is now 87 years old, but he finally lived to hear someone agree that he was not a Soviet spy.
All right.
Who would know?
There you go.
Amazing, the things that happen in this country sometimes.
See that? That's why you got to wait things out.
What?
That's why you got to wait things out, Robin.
Okay.
They all pass.
That's what they say. That took a long time, though.
Yeah, 87 years.
Remember the little boy, Ricky Ray, who said he was going to marry his 16-year-old girlfriend?
Ricky Ray Cardo.
No, it was just Ricky Ray.
Ricky Ray.
One of 3 hemophiliac brothers. They all have the AIDS virus.
Yes, I remember him.
Have appeared on Oprah and other shows.
Saw him.
He appeared on the show with his 16-year-old girlfriend. They at one time were planning to get married, but the marriage was put on hold because of his health problems.
Yes.
He's been hospitalized several times in the past 18 months and is now in serious condition fighting an infection. So I guess they're putting this in the paper now because this could be the end.
Guess he's not going to get married, right?
I
Because
don't think so.
Right. It's hard to get married when you're in that kind of shape.
Yeah, really. So poor little Ricky Ray, probably not going to make it to another Christmas.
Don't laugh at him, Jackie. At least he got on Oprah. You haven't gotten your shot yet.
President Bush has rethought his position on MTV. He made fun of Bill Clinton for going on the network.
Now he's going
Now
on.
he's going to do it. He's going to do a 15-minute interview with Tabitha Soren.
Yeah, well, I tell you something. When you want the tough questions, you go to Tabitha Soren.
Well, now he thinks it's very important to get out the young vote. And MTV is the way to reach them, so he's going to do it.
He's got an interview at 2 o'clock with Gloria Estefan. She's going to do an interview with him, too.
Earlier this week, the New York Post exposed the sex fiend doctor, is what they're calling this Dr. Ronald Tauber.
Hey, look at this. President Bush is on Headbangers Ball with Leslie West tonight.
And they are feeling pretty good about themselves, but they went back to see how many of these guys slipped through the system that we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
And state officials revealed yesterday that nearly half of New York doctors charged with sexual misconduct since 1989 may now be treating patients.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I see.
60 of the 601 discipline cases against doctors over 4 years involved sex charges. So that could mean 30 doctors out there who have problems and may be abusing their patients.
Robin was one of the first people to expose this problem in the media, and is being complimented by everyone on that.
Yes, I won a few awards, haven't I? Mike Tyson is going to miss his father's funeral.
Mike Tyson, who was in prison.
Because he's in jail, yes. His father is being buried in New York. He died in Brooklyn on Tuesday. His name was Jimmy Kirkpatrick.
Jimmy Kirkpatrick?
Kirkpatrick.
Kirkpatrick.
Yeah. He was married to Tyson's mom, Lorna Tyson. The cause of death was not immediately available. Kirkpatrick ran out on Lorna and his 3 kids, Mike, Rodney, and Denise, when the future heavyweight champ was only 2 years old back in 1968.
Great man, and I bet he tried to get in touch with Mike once he...
Well, listen to this. He didn't see him again until 1982 at Lorna's funeral, Mike's mother.
Mm-hmm.
Kirkpatrick disappeared again until the funeral of Denise, his sister, back in 1990 at the age of 24.
Right.
And since then, Kirkpatrick and Iron Mike made contact with each other and stayed in constant touch and have grown very close, according to friends.
Yeah, you bet.
Well, you know, it's a good time to meet up with your son.
Yeah, when he was world heavyweight champ. That's a good time to meet up with him.
He later remarried, of course, and became a responsible father to 3 children he and his wife Ada adopted.
Yep, you know what I did? I had a plan. You see, if I left, the kid would be angry. He'd be so angry, he would become a great boxer. And the plan done worked.
It was all in my plan.
It was all a master plan.
So there you have it.
Very good, Robin.
Mike was informed in prison the other day of his father's death.
And he went,
Daddy, I love you. And finally this morning, Joan Kennedy weighing in with a new book.
Joan Kennedy.
Yes.
The wife of...
former wife of Senator Ted. Has written a book called The Joy of Classical Music, a guide for you and your family.
Now, how many drink minimum do you have to read this book? Probably you have to drink several bottles of Chivas to enjoy the classical music, according to Joan's book.
Is that right?
Yes, hi, this is Senator Ed Kennedy.
Well, now, Senator, you're married to another woman. Why are you honing in on Joan's time here?
Joni, are you there?
Yes, don't make a mockery of my book. Just don't make a mockery.
Joni, you're too loaded to even face the right way at a concert. How would you write a book about classical music?
My problems are over.
That's a joke.
My problems began when you were with other men. I mean, other women.
You are confused.
Watch it. You are confused. You could say what you will about my womanizing, but I was never with another man.
All I know is I've written a book as a catharsis for the horrible pain you put me through ever since Mary Jo Kopechne's death.
I love music, too. Mary Jo played the skin flute.
Oh, my. You are an animal. Don't bring up her name. Do you know how you destroyed our family, our children, everything with that?
Don't go through it, Joni. Don't bring this out on public again.
It's true, I drank. I drank to forget. And I did listen to classical music when I drank. Did you know that Mozart is good with tequila?
Oh, stop it.
Bach is fine with wine.
Tchaikovsky is only with vodka.
We do have some things in common.
I don't see why you two couldn't stay together.
We had so many good times, didn't we, Ted?
Ted,
don't do this. You know we had good times.
Yes, there were good times. But the bad times so outweighed them. But we did enjoy classical music together, Joni. That's true. And we have lovely children that we enjoy together.
Oh, it could have been so different, couldn't it have?
I suppose. I don't know what happened.
Neither do I. But it's true, Robin. I've written a book.
Yes, you have, and you're about to start a 13-city tour. Going on Good Morning America and Sally Jesse Raphael. Now, don't you think you're going to have to handle some tough questions?
I know that the tough questions will be about my drinking, about my history with Ted.
Mm-hmm.
They will ask me about Chappaquiddick.
Mm-hmm.
They'll ask me about all the painful nights I spent.
Well, why would you open yourself up to this?
I feel that
what's the matter? Are there wine stains on every page of your book?
That's it. I want him off the phone if I'm going to talk to you, Robin. I'm willing to answer all of your questions, but I can't take it.
It's a joke.
This could be equivalent to some rowdy person in an audience standing up and asking you a rude question.
That's right.
You should be able to handle this if you're going to go on the lecture circuit.
I don't recommend that she go on Sally Jesse Raphael. I think it's a mistake. They're going to bring up a lot of stuff about me.
You know, there was just that book out about Senator Ted saying some not too nice things during your marriage with him, like he was having sex with some woman while you were passed out upstairs in a room and things like that.
Yes, it's going to be rough.
I'll say, I can't believe you wrote a book about classical music. I'm the one who taught her everything about classical music.
Is that right?
I love the William Tell Overture. The Lone Ranger was a favorite of mine and my brother's when we were learning to masturbate up in Hyannisport.
You are so crass. You really are. You just never change. I have a true love of classical music, and you make a mockery of that?
What do you puke to the timpani drums?
You know, you had your drinking problems. Why do you make fun of mine? Because I'm a woman? Because women aren't supposed to drink and men are?
Well, Ted, what's the answer to that?
look, I know this is painful. Joni is under a lot of pressure now that I have my new wife.
Yeah, Victoria.
Victoria. My new wife, by the way. Your new wife, it's so humiliating.
Oh. Yeah, how can you continue to call yourself Mrs. Kennedy, Joan?
That's what I say. She should go back to her modern name.
Her modern name?
Her modern name. That's maiden, Ted. Modern. Did you know my new wife is taking scuba lessons so we can drive cross-country? That is so sick. How could she stay married to you?
Do you make jokes like that around the house? Does Victoria laugh?
He's such an a-hole. I am not an a-hole. Why don't you tell Robin about your watch?
What a watch?
Joni has a watch that shows every hour as happy hour. You're a pig. You're a pig.
I don't know how you could make fun of her drinking.
I always had it under control. I never admitted to alcoholism. Joni did.
So that's why you get to make fun of her? I mean, it's not like you haven't been...
I did have a drinking scenario, but I never was an alcoholic. That is a lie. Let me say something, Robin.
Yes?
This man drank as much as any alcoholic I know. Says you. And you're a pig. No, you're a pig. You're a pig. I bet you get loaded and hump the whole orchestra at those concerts you're reviewing.
Well, you do
I'm not reviewing a concert. I'm talking about classical music in my book.
She does say that she's a groupie of classical music.
I'll say. She was a groupie for classical music. Well, it just so happens I did need calming classical music after years of that womanizing. All right. Well, okay.
She got you there.
You got me there. I've got nothing to say to that. As if classical music was her answer to my womanizing. That's ridiculous. Ted, you killed that girl. Here you go again, bringing up that situation. Every minute you have to throw that in my face. One mistake. You killed her. You might as well have taken a gun to her head. Easy, Joan. That's how Jack and Bobby got it. That's not a sensitive issue to me. You have to bring that up, a gun to my head. I'm the only surviving Kennedy brother.
Well, you have to understand
it
him
hurts.
too, Joan.
It hurts, doesn't it? I think Oswald shot the wrong brother.
Oh, no.
Wait a second. Did you just say that Oswald shot the wrong brother, Joni? Has it come down to that? Yes. Yes, it has. Look. You don't criticize my drinking, and I won't criticize your response time to the Chappaquiddick. Okay, call it a truce.
Oh, thank you.
Call it a truce.
So no more fighting.
That's right. I agree to the truce.
Is that okay?
I agree as well.
All right.
I agree as well.
Do you two still talk very often now that you have another wife, Senator?
Hardly. Sometimes about the boys we talk.
Yeah.
That is sadly true, Robin. I think perhaps I still love Ted.
Well, haven't you gone on with your life? You still love him?
I'm writing stupid classical books, Robin.
Oh, dear.
And drinking.
Oh, dear. You still drinking?
Well, I'm fine now.
Yeah.
We'll see. I loved you, Ted, so much. I loved you at one time, but then you got a little heavy and you didn't look as good as the young gals. What? Here we go. I'm just being honest. I'm a Kennedy. I could get any girl I want, and I'll tell you something. You were looking heavy, and I'd rather hump Roseanne in a puddle of diarrhea before I'd hump you now.
Oh, boy.
You see what I mean? There can be no
Truce
truth.
didn't last long, did it?
Mary Jo's blood is on your hands. And Beefeaters is in your bloodstream. Goodbye. Goodbye, Robin. I'll talk to you another time.
Goodbye, John. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Good. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'll stay on.
Oh, no.
Anything else about that stupid book? And Sully Jassy Raphael?
There's a CD in it. That's all I know.
I bet my retarded sister could write a better book than her.
Oh, dear.
I heard that. I thought you hung up. Well, I didn't. I'm exhausted, Robin.
I think so. I was. How long are you going to carry this on? You had a perfect out there. You said you were both getting off the phone, and then you said Senator Ted was staying.
All right. What is that? It, Robin?
That's what's happening.
All right. Very good. Everybody have a good weekend. Dial 1-800-52-STERN. Listen to what all the people are saying about the new videotape. You wouldn't believe what they're saying, Robin. Listen to this.
I want to hear more.
Yeah, me too.
Got it on. They were just so hot, so wild. Just break out that credit card and go get it, man. What are you waiting for?
No, that's it?
That's it?
Oh. Okay.
Rewind.
Hey, I better rewind that tape. Hold on a second. Thought I had more to go with there. All right. Here's what people are saying about the new tape, Robin.
I'll tell you, this clinches it. Howard Stern really is the king of all media. He does for videotape what Samuel Goldwyn did for motion pictures.
Hey, in 2 words, I loved it.
Howard finally outdid himself. I don't know how he's going to ever beat this tape. This is the best thing I've ever seen.
First of all, I am not a fan at all. And it was so stupid. It was funny. It was crazy. It was like being at a constant party.
There you go.
Great endorsement.
Dial 1-800-52-STERN and have yourself a real fun time with Howard Stern's Butt Bongo Fiesta. And wait till you see Robin's outfit in Butt Bongo Fiesta. She wears a banana hat. I have shown this to a lot of people, and they all say, you look fabulous in this.
Yeah.
Admit it. Haven't you heard the same?
No.
Really?
I refuse to listen.
Aaron, may I say something about the tape?
Did you see the tape, Senator?
This tape is better than sucking shivers out of an 18-year-old girl's belly button.
All right, thank you, Senator. Okay.
Well, that must be pretty good, then.
Jackie Penthouse, Joke Page Martling tomorrow night. 2 big Halloween shows. Let me tell you about Jackie's show. You can go in costume. As a matter of fact, this is the one concert I go to.
Yeah.
I love it because this is the one time of year no one can identify me. I have my costume all picked out. I'm going as Howard Stern, but a fat Howard Stern.
Aha.
So no one will recognize me.
I see. Well, this is interesting. I would like to know how this works out.
So Jimmy's Comedy Alley is the place. 2 big Halloween shows on Bell Boulevard in Bayside, Queens tomorrow night. And the second show is a big costume contest. For dirty jokes and info, call the all-digital 516-922-WINE. Next Friday, November 6th, Jackie at the New York Comedy Shop in Parsippany, New Jersey. Go try and stump the joke man. And boy, Gary tomorrow at Ski House in Little Silver, New Jersey from 11 to 1. And don't forget that Stuttering John will be jamming with Armadillo and hosting a Stuttering John lookalike contest this Halloween night, October 31st at Brownie's Pub on... can he write English? On McDade Boulevard in Woodland, Pennsylvania. God, that's hard to read. Don't walk away with those... Oh, you just threw them out. Baba Booey. Join Scott the Engineer tonight for the big
Baba
Halloween
Booey.
party at the
Baba
Country
Booey.
Club, 209 East 85th Street. And if you need a DJ for your wedding or Christmas party, call Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. Yeah, don't forget to enter the Song Parody Contest. We're coming to Los Angeles November 23rd and 24th. Big outdoor rally against the FCC. Also, a funeral for Mark and Brian. The first 3 letters of funeral are fun, and that's what it'll be. It will be celebrity-studded affair, and also, we want your song parodies. You can win that trip to Japan to go see Paul McCartney in concert live. If you win the song parody contest, we also have many other projects from Brother International as prizes. So get your song parodies to us right here at 600 Madison Avenue, New York, New York, 10022. What is it, Gary? That was it. That was it? Okay.
All right. That was a good week.
Can you think of anything else?
Nope.
All right.
1-800-52-STERN. Did you say that?
I think so.
Okay.
Dial it up, STERN. I think it's Monday already, Robin, so why don't you start with the news?
Let's just start all over.
Start all over again.
Just say good morning. Start playing the theme.
Are those 2 days hardly a rest? All right, I'll see you on Monday.
You heard the top 9.